Okay, starting recording. Okay.
Oh, okay, I'm calmer now. I've gotten late.
Dude, I'm really excited about this 360 camera. I'm gonna use the shit out of this. I just ordered the mount for it. I don't know why it took me so long, but like,
Yeah.
It's gonna be. I'm really excited about this. I want to record like all of my conversations with everyone, and I want to record like all my rides through the city, or at least like I feel like
you can do
the rides through the
vlogging.
city.
You can do vlogging with that with your
yeah, exactly. I'm actually thinking about trading you a shitload of shrooms for this.
I don't need shrooms though. That's the thing. No, really, just use it. I'm not gonna use it. Like, use it for a year if you have to. All I'm asking is that I need it when I go on long trips.
Yeah,
that's it. Like, and I only do that like twice a year anyway. So,
perfect.
Yeah, man. But if you really want it, we can talk about that. But I just don't see the point if you're just gonna use it like 363 days out of the year, right?
All right. Should we take all of this?
Yeah.
And what's next?
Would you like to come to the room? Okay. Saying you're welcome if you want.
Have a great time, guys.
I wish you could do it though, Barbara. You'd be perfect. You should come to one day. You should go to either the bike parties. There's a bike party today, actually at 6. If you'd like to go to that one's a little hard though, but bike parties are easy.
Go have fun. I've got work to do.
Okay.
You guys have a great time. I'll text you. I'll stick my head in before I close.
Okay. It's fine.
Do you wanna? Where do you want to hang out? You want to hang out right here in the room?
In the room, yeah. Okay. I'm just cleaning my room is all.
All right. Not so much. So fucking excited about this.
Alright. I haven't been in this room in like a week. That's why it's so messy. I'm going to clean it. And yeah. Alright, so first I want to do something with this couch. All good.
Alright, so what's this
charging. And
take it.
Heater, because it's fucking cold in here.
Oh, it's
Also, I'm going to take that little piece of paper down that's covering the window.
Oh, the backyard is so nice. Whoa, you've got a view here. This is
bro, it's crazy.
Awesome.
I'm going to cut down these trees probably by the end of the week. Well, one of them.
Really? These big ones?
Yeah, we're going to build a deck.
Uh-huh.
And these trees are blocking the view for one.
Whoa.
They're also like they were going over the neighbor's yard and she didn't like it.
Uh-huh. That's a big job. Those are big trees.
Yeah, I mean, in order to live here, I promised her I'd fix up the house and build a deck. And it's gonna raise her property value by like tens of thousands, I'm sure. So
Yeah, well,
I asked her again, by the way, about that thing you mentioned.
which thing?
The rent thing where you get a certain amount of money if you're technically homeless.
Oh yeah.
I talked to her again about it, but she was like, I don't know because it's like a big risk if it's like because fraud is like it's pretty common, so they know how to like mitigate for that.
Yeah.
You know? So I was like, I get it, but I don't know.
I think that actually that would be like so convenient if I could do that.
Yeah.
And I think I should look into it to see like what, because like from the way that the worker was talking to me about it, it sounds like they don't really check, you know.
They don't. Okay.
But I mean, obviously they could. I'll have to look into it and see what uh,
Yeah, if they don't check, then I mean, hell yeah, then there you go. What was I doing?
oh yeah, this connect to this. Right.
They got the camera and everything.
Yeah, camera's
Oh, it's already on.
rolling. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. It'll be like a time lapse of me cleaning this room. Really dirty. I do not like unclean spaces yet. I'm always in one. So okay.
This little view out of this window is so nice. They just like look down that street.
I'm gonna take this off actually.
Yeah. Like
This.
okay. So
Oh, by the way, you should definitely. So, like I mentioned yesterday, you should definitely talk to that guy, Ray.
Mhm.
He was like really, really, really big on philosophy, and I was like, oh, Farley's your guy. Like that is the guy who knows what you're saying. 'Cause, like I understand it. You know, I've read like meditations and whatnot, but like he was like he basically told me he spent his entire life studying that kind of stuff, and I was like, holy shit.
I saw him like looking at us like very interested while we were talking. Did he say anything about what we were talking about?
He was saying things about he was talking about the negativity bias and like just basically topics that you would mention, and I'm like, wait, this is like it's crazy. I feel like we're in the Twilight Zone because this is literally what you were talking about not even a week ago.
Yeah.
And found it to be a huge coincidence. So
yeah, I really want to talk with him. That's awesome. No, yeah, something that I have like thought about and noticed is that it's weird that there's a lot of problems in science. But it's weird that like most of the things that I think that I have observed, I don't think are really that difficult to observe. And I was telling this to somebody I talked to recently. They were like, my friend, she was asking me like, okay, so you're gonna publish all this, but she's actually in like this Stanford psychology program to become a therapist, and so she's all like, what you're talking about is like new theory and it sounds good, but also like if you were going to do this in university, like you have to test all this. with like experiments. And I was like, and she was also like, and also there's other people that you could talk to who are like experts in this field, and they could like and you bounce ideas off of them. And I'm like, I kind of don't care,
Really?
because, or at least like because well, I'll get it, but basically, if it works, then it's better than anything that I have heard from anyone so far, and I paid close attention. And if I haven't heard anyone talk about the stuff that I am observing, then either someone has observed it, but they just haven't shared it, or no one has observed it. Either way, um, that like I feel pretty justified in telling people about it if it works, if it's better than whatever anything else that other people have come up with. And so it's like the difference is that like in academia they put in like so much effort to make sure that um, that they are 100% right. Um, usually before they publish anything, or at least I guess that they aren't wrong. But the process for doing that is like really long-winded and labor-intensive, and um, and I guess I don't know what I was saying. Just that I
Say labor intensive though.
actually I might need to come back to this later. But but yeah, just the fact that like I think it's enough. I think it's enough that it's better than anything else I've heard so far, and and so yeah, I want to talk about it.
Would you be willing to? So, do you think that going to a college setting would? Do you think you'd find a lot of people who might combat your ideas?
So yeah, specifically because of this. Like so what she was saying is that like I think a lot of people have unnecessary negativity because it's new, and because I am an independent thinker, and they just be like, "Who are you to talk about this stuff? You don't have the credentials," and they'll just ignore or just like shit on it because they don't have credentials. I've actually had like personal friends do that. Be like, "Well, you haven't read everything ever, so why are you talking about this?" And I'm like, that's like, what is that attitude? I don't know what that attitude is, but that feels bad.
Yeah.
Like, uh,
No.
and I also like I think it's like we're sort of taught that in school, that in order to like contribute to the body of scientific knowledge, you have to be an expert. But I don't think that that is true. Or at least it's like I don't know. Actually, I'm starting to feel it a little bit. I'm not like I think
No.
in the right headspace to talk about it.
You're making sense. Like you're basically stating that to have relevancy, you need to have some type of credentials, and you're like, fuck that. And I get it. I totally agree, actually, because I think just because you have a piece of paper saying that you've studied something that someone else thought about, well, you're thinking about stuff, and you're combating them in your with your time, in your time, and you talk about it damn near every day, which means you're actually having these conversations. The only difference is there's a piece of paper that says, I've accomplished you know, these academic goals, I guess, and that means something to some people. It doesn't mean a lot to a lot of people, to be honest, but I think it does mean something to a specific subset of people. I don't think you need to have a degree to be a philosopher or anything like that. I don't even think you need to have one in order to be relevant. I think you just need, because right now it's the currency is like being popular is a currency in itself. So you just need a bit of popularity and the right amount of exposure. I think once you have that, everything you do or say will be relevant.
Yeah.
So I think YouTube, like starting with that and allowing that to grow, investing in your camera, investing in your I guess editing software or just your channel, I think will do far better than a degree. but that's just my opinion. I might be totally wrong, but that's just something I believe.
No, yeah. I mean, yeah, like it's just like it's like I was thinking about this when I was getting on YouTube because I was like, do I want to get on YouTube? Do I want to like start talking about like I feel like we're taught in school to like go through the credential process before you actually like try to like it's almost like how dare you have original thought without being an expert going through and like learning everything that everyone else has thought about this beforehand.
Yeah.
And basically my take on it is that like actually like so when I first started this project I tried to read some I tried to read a book about like another guy who's done a lot of thinking about this, and to his credit, it's the best book I've ever read on the topic of like social interaction. But it was also like, in my opinion, wrong on almost every level.
Really?
Yeah, just like uh, and and also like when I first started out, I was going down a lot of like I was doing a lot of false starts. Like I went through dozens of theories that didn't pan out before I actually found like ones that were that like stuck and like and so I think a lot of people have that. And so what was I saying? I so basically like but when I read his book, I was thinking with his language and his ideas about it for like literally like 6 weeks afterward before I eventually realized like I don't think he was right. I don't think any of his ideas were right. And starting with his ideas sort of like sent me down um, a wild goose chase.
Mm-hmm.
And after that, I was kind of like, I don't think I want to read what other people have written and thought on these ideas. A, because it will take like a lot of time, like years, and B, I'm not convinced that like if they haven't already found the answer and it's not in the zeitgeist, that means they probably like have ideas that are similarly shit. And
Maybe they're just their ideas. You know, maybe they work for them because ideas are not real. Because they're real. They're as real as you want them to be. Ideas are the thing I think ideas do. They take you to unreal places. You know.
Yeah.
So I mean, whatever you have to tell, like you mentioned the marine thing. Like Marines will say things like, um, when you're in pain, that's weakness leaving the body, which isn't true, but they have to tell themselves stuff like that in order to get through pain. You know, and these are ideas that they've stated that kind of you have to have, you know, like in order to get through something difficult or something that's seemingly impossible or whatever it is. I don't know. But maybe I don't think they're wrong or right ideas. I think it's just more of a, does this idea work for some? Does it not work for some? Does it work for most? Does it not work for most? And I guess the relevancy is really determined by how many people could like be in the frame of that idea. Like the idea of like America is an idea, right? There is no America. Like there's no like line that says like this is America, like in real life, you know. But we came up with this idea. There's a line that says Mexico, and there's a line beyond that line. There's America, but like that only fits with that we collectively believe in that, because not believing in that means you can be you go to jail. You know, if I try to go over that line, or you know, but an ant can do it, a dog can do it probably, and like because they don't need to fit into the framework of those ideas, right? So I think ideas are just things you need to believe in for yourself. Um, I could be wrong. I could there could be holes in that idea.
Ideas aren't real.
They're real. No, they are as real as you make them.
Yeah.
Ideas are, so I shouldn't have said they're not real. They're just as real as you make them. And I think, like I always say, your perception is reality. Like what's in your mind is what's real. Like, there's nothing else. Like even if right now there was like a master and he somehow like just removed your goggles, said, "Hey, by the way, we're just telling you like this isn't real," you know, whatever. That was still real to you, you know. Yeah. Like that's still your experience, and that is very, very real. And I think what real is just what you perceive. So I hope that didn't like gonna go off topic, but I was trying to stay on topic. That was just my thought of your idea.
I don't know. Okay. I haven't really necessarily figured out entirely like how I want to respond to that, but I feel like basically there's a lot. I have a lot of really good original ideas as far as I know, and some of them are not original. I know that a lot of them are not original, and also I think that there's other people who have had these ideas at least in part in a lot of places. But as far as I know, nobody's putting them together, and as far as I know, nobody's getting the word out, which, as far as I'm concerned, is tantamount to the same thing as like not having the ideas. Um, and and so I feel like a lot of people just like um, immediately shit on it because it's not coming in the format that they're used to, and so I
see.
Definitely like it's not like I'm against learning from other people, and it's not like I want to be doing this alone, but also I, but also like I don't understand. Like I just want to find the truth, and I think I'm closer to it than literally anyone else I've talked to, and so. I'm open to talking about it. I'm open to sharing it with people. I'm open to being wrong. You know, I'm open to like having to testing it and to seeing if it's real, like all that stuff. But also, I'm trying to find the truth, which means that like I'm not going to I don't have any like stake in like the whole process of like academic notoriety. Like that to me, that does not matter what any at all. I just care about being able to apply it in my own life.
100%.
And so like all these people are like you're trying to like make headway in a domain where other people normally do this and they have like their careers on the line and they care about it a lot and like yeah, but those people haven't produced anything that actually helps me. I'm producing stuff that actually helps me, and so I don't care. I don't care about like how they normally do it. I'm just doing it in a way that works.
Yeah.
And also I think it doesn't just work for me. It's working for other people too. It's actually like it's real. And as far as I can tell, it's better than what all those people who care so much about their like all those people who they care so much about their way of doing it. They really want me to do it the way they're doing it, but also they aren't getting results. And so I just am like I don't care.
So
I just care about the results.
So what is a good way to test your ideas? If like your idea of you say it's better. What do you mean like better? Like better, like more thought out, or
Dude, I mean, like, so you know the crowd surfing thing I told you about?
I just got hit, but
yeah,
crowd surfing,
that to me has made such a huge difference in the way that I approach like social situations. It's not even such a huge. It's like everything. It's like literally like the difference I've been looking for the past year. You know.
Okay.
And also like I've never ever heard anyone say that in that way before. And also I'm talking to like my friend who was like, are you sure you want to do this? Like have you thought about like all these like academic like considerations? And she is an academic, and I'm like, yeah, but also like this is news to you too, and you are an academic, and this is your field, you know. So um, like like that, I feel like that alone should be like a sign, a signal, like um, these considerations that she is saying I should care about are not actually things that should be cared about.
Why is that?
Because if there's a lot of people who have those considerations and are not producing the results, like they haven't been able to help me in this way. I actually I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. But also almost done. I don't know. It's like there's so much groupthink in science, and it's continuously like continually like conspicuous to me that scientists don't like focus on that. Because they usually are like, well, it's better. Like what we have in the scientific community is better than nothing, or it's better than the alternative. And I'm like, yeah, it is. But also like, but usually in focusing on that, usually they like completely take the focus off the fact that um, it's still extremely problematic how much groupthink there is in science. Like science is like, what's up?
I didn't know there was a lot of groupthink in science.
Okay, so think about it this way: science is not controlled by scientists; it's controlled by politicians who are not scientists.
Really?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Like literally, all the funding that goes, like not all the funding, but most of the funding that goes to science comes through political channels.
Yeah, they get convinced based off of like. So Barbara talks about this. She's like, yeah, we have to convince this new board of people that this, I don't know, this like machine is something they should fund, you know? So what we do is like Mark Zuckerberg came to one of her colleges to the part where the entire floor was empty. And all they had were just Mark Zuckerberg and his like posse, whatever. And she's like, we needed some funding. So this one guy came out with this little machine that does something slightly better than the previous machine. And he had to basically prove this to a guy who's not even a scientist. But
exactly. Yeah.
And,
the people who are in charge are not actually the ones who know, and so it's like obviously there's like massive fundamental like groundbreaking conflicts of interest in science where it's like the science is not controlled by scientists.
Very little.
It's like it is, but it's like the scientists are involved, but they're not like they're not always they're not fully in control, and so it's like that alone should signal that science isn't perfect. And it's like anyone who's like saying like holding up science like as it currently is as a standard for how things should be is not acknowledging that like how it currently is super far from how it should be. And I actually know if there is a solution for this.
Well, what do you mean far from? You say super far from where it should be. Where should it be? Like scientists should have full control.
Actually, I don't even know if scientists should have full control. I just know that like nobody in the scientific community thinks that science is like perfect. And the way science is happening is the ideal. Nobody thinks that.
Yeah.
And yet they hold up what is happening as if it is the ideal. Whenever it comes to like new ideas, they're like, oh well, and it's just like it's almost like they don't hear themselves talking. Like they don't see that like there is a conflict there, and that like maybe the way that they're doing it is actually incorrect. And it's just like the way things have happened, and it's better than maybe some alternatives, but it might not be the best.
It's like NASA. Like you know how NASA took so long to get like its rockets working, and then you have like Elon who's just rich as fuck, who just builds one based off of their blueprints in like few years,
exactly.
you know?
Exactly.
And it's like, and yeah, he hires mostly engineers and some scientists.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
You would think that NASA would be the one to like be number one in this realm, right? But no, like they have so much is involved federally that like like it should have been Russia that Russia, the reason why Russia was like the space country was because they put everything into being the first. They try to put everything into being the first on the moon. When we started doing the same thing, like we're just like, hey, we're gonna give the scientists all the leeway. We're just gonna throw all this money at them, and then like basically just bank on the fact that they're gonna do what they say they're gonna do. When we did that, they did it. But now that we're like, all right, yeah, now that you want to get certain things done that we don't understand as politicians, like trying to remove rocks from Mars, I can't see why you would need to do that. There's no money in it for us, so we're going to give you a little bit of funding, and it's going to take you 10 years to do something that should take you 6 months. I think a lot of science is prolonged. I don't know if it means that science in itself is like something that we shouldn't like follow. A lot
No,
of science is.
I'm not saying I'm a science denier, but I am like I'm not. I think like a lot of people have an extremely justified lack of trust
Yes,
in the scientific establishment.
I do too.
There's a lot of like okay,
Yeah.
the whole like Fauci bullshit during
Mhm.
COVID being like, you know, and also like all this pushback in the scientific community,
Yes.
it being like, no, it wasn't a lab leak, and then it turns out it absolutely was a lab leak, and they don't be like, oh, we're sorry, we got that wrong. They don't say that. You know, there aren't people apologizing for like these are the people who are in charge of like helping us figure out what is true and real, not apologizing or not acknowledging when they get it wrong. And that is like, okay, there's obviously like some lies. Like the people who are in charge of telling us what is true and real
Mhm.
are not telling us what is true and real all the time. So
Yeah.
so like it's not, and definitely I'm not a science denier. Science
Right.
is like super important,
Right.
and we should trust science and also scientists. But to like imagine that science is foolproof when it has like these fundamental conflicts of interest,
Mhm.
it's just like that is stupid. That's stupid. Not even scientists do that. And so there's obviously like a double narrative here. There's like on the one hand, in school you're taught to trust science as if it is like gospel, as if it is like solid and concrete and real and like basically never has issues. That's not, and they don't say it like that, but it's like an intonation, an implication that that's what you should be doing. And yet, at the same time, when you really look into it, it's like not even scientists think that. And so there's obviously like two separate narratives. On the one hand, it's like always trust the science. Always, it's
Yeah.
it's it's not just the best. It's basically like a religion.
Yes. Yeah.
And then on the other hand, it's like, yeah, but it's fucking not all there all the time in some really pretty fucking obvious ways. And and it's just like, why do we have two narratives about this? Why can't we have one narrative that accounts for both of these things? That science is awesome, but it's also got issues.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. There are a lot of like positions in that are science based. Like I mean, even like you have biochemistry, right, which is science, right? So you have like places like Genentech that I used to work at. I know, um, I know that they have been in trouble many times. But see, I think what people don't want to believe, even though they innately know it's true, is that in America, more so than pretty much any other country in the world, it's profit over everything, even your life. And I think even Korea's like that, China's like that, Russia's like that, which is why they're the superpowers. But the reason why we are the superpowers because we do it far better. We deny college for most people. We deny healthcare for most people. We deny death. Just the basic like housing. Like most people I know don't have a house. Like we deny people with their most basic necessities, and then we go around saying we care about you guys. Like, and it's like you've been saying this for how many? Like maybe 50 years. Like at this point, I have zero faith in anything the government has to say, or any faith in anything at the fund or whatever. I don't. I believe what they're trying to do is what they've been doing, improving that they've been doing for the last 100 years, which is funding themselves, creating a war machine, and continuously doing that. And I think they're doing that now. And I think people who tell me are like, "Hey, they're not. No, they're actually going to make our lives better." I'm like, prove it. Like this is why when I mentioned like you should look at history to. This is why I do think history is a good indicator for determining the future. If there isn't a real change that hasn't happened yet, then there won't really be a change. Like yeah, you'll find pushback. I always say the pendulum swings both ways, but until something blocks the pendulum altogether, it's going to keep happening over and over again in different forms, but it's going to happen. So I think, I guess when it comes to science or anything, um, well, I see what you mean now. I'm trying to get my train of thought. But yeah, no, we're trying to figure out um, like how to make science more efficient. I think you just have to eliminate the profit margin altogether. But that is what America is. So like we'll stay number one until we decide we're not. I think we're at that point now. Like pretty much kill the economy today, or was it yesterday? So and they cut funding for scientists and education, etc. So yeah, we're not gonna be very scientific anymore, I guess, in this country. So I don't think credentials really mean much. Um,
I mean, like they do, but also it's like, there's a double narrative, right? It's like go to college is one narrative, and it's like, yeah, go to college, that's good. But the other side of that is that like actually it's like probably like 60% of the quote degrees that they give you in college will not get you a job, and so there's like a massive amount of like um cognitive dissonance because like there's literally no reason to go to college except for to get usable skills. And if college is not giving you usable skills, then why are you there? You know, and it's like I mean like develop like I mean there's this whole argument that like getting educated in any form is like good for you as a person, but honestly, it's just like I don't buy that. Like you need to be educated in useful ways, not just any way. Like you can you can learn useless stuff, and that's like that's not talked about or acknowledged.
Well, you know what's really not talked about is the fact that like more and more people, because of their economics situation, they're going for degrees that only pay them. So right now we have a shortage of people who are into history, which could be very bad for the country. You know, like so there is a need that sometimes isn't immediately apparent, but there has been this like there's been this need of historians, you know, and or you know, just degrees that don't pay but are kind of something you need to keep society together. And because more and more people are going after like computer science degrees and going after communications degrees and you know or business, they're lacking the social like the degrees that can actually catapult all of us. They're thinking solely of like profit and the economy, but there's far more to this country than the economy.
I mean, I'm not saying there's nothing there, but it's like
I'm not saying you're saying that either. I'm just saying that's
it's just like we need to have a conversation where both sides are acknowledged because it's like if you go to college and like get super in debt to learn a skill that will not help you get out of that debt, then that's like a problem, dude. That's like a serious problem. Like nobody should be doing that. It's like nobody should be doing that without the financial wherewithal to like handle that situation. The system enables it, but that's not good for the people it's enabling it for. And like that's like a thing that's commonly known, but it's not part of like the narrative. It's like the school system is super unwieldy. If you change your degree, it's really difficult. It's like the system is like basically designed to penalize you for changing your mind at any point. And that's deeply fucked. It's deeply fucked. It's like it's designed to benefit the system and not the people who are part of it. And
when people say things like college is a scam, I'd say it is, but it's also not a scam.
Yeah,
but it is a scam. Like why is every degree stretched out to 4 years? Everyone, you know, like they don't. There are some things you know you can learn in 6 months, and then every student can admit they've been forced to learn some bullshit, take some bullshit course in order to get the education they actually wanted. So yeah, there are very much aspects of bullshit in college that we just feel like we have to accept. And I'm like, no, like a lot of these degrees should just be certifications. But because we have this like idea of what a degree is, we say, oh, this 3 month certification needs to be stretched out to 4 years of your life. And like not everybody's going to be able to stick to something for 4 years due to, you know, situations that are outside of their control usually. But
dude, some of the smartest people and also like I think like probable to be like super successful are not college educated.
I agree.
You know Wheezy? You know Wheezy?
Yes, I do.
Wheezy was fucking making software money when he was like 19 years old because he learned to code when he was super young. Wheezy is a fucking remarkable person, but
is he employed now?
I think he is right now. Yeah, but But
I never really spoke to Weezy. He seems like a cool guy though.
Weezy's hella chill, hella cool.
You know, my mother dated this guy named, I'm just gonna call him Ram. I don't know if I should say his name because he does a lot of illegal shit. But he dated this guy who's a software engineer, and he's just to most he's like just another black dude from Brooklyn.
Yeah.
He didn't even graduate high school, but he taught himself how to code since he was like 12. So this is back in like the AOL days where like internet was making those like noises, whatever. So he would like unplug the phone and like learn how to code that way. But anyway, he didn't have his high school diploma yet. He's been a software engineer for his whole life, and he worked in different countries. He had to basically lie about having a degree just so he can get other jobs.
Yeah.
So he had like a diploma printer, and he had like somebody like printed him a legit University of Maryland diploma, and but hey, we don't see you in the system. He's like, oh well, their system crashed in this year, and I have proof. Blah blah. He made that, and he convinced them that there's something going on with their system, which shows how smart the guy is. But he ended up getting these jobs, but he's like, Brandon, yeah, you don't need a degree like to do anything. You just need to be smart enough to know that this system is not here for you. You need to figure out how it can work for you, and if it's not working for you, make it work for you. So I was like,
honestly, I think like the system is literally, it benefits maybe 20% of the people in it.
Yeah.
And in actual like straightforward, like the amount of effort and money that they pay is commensurate to what they get out of it. Everyone else is some degree of fucked. And there's probably like 20 to 30% at the low end that are 100% fucked. Like they're getting nothing of value. They're actually getting shafted.
Yeah.
And
I feel like I'm there.
and that's just like, it's insanity that that's not part of the conversation. It's like, what the fuck is this? Like, we need to talk about this. We need to talk about this as a society. And it's like, and because the people who are in power are afraid. It's like this whole like science promotion narrative where it's like, they're afraid if we tell you like the actual nuances and the details, then some people will get freaked out and they will be like, oh, there's problems in the system, so you shouldn't trust the system. And it's like, no, like the system is good, but it's not like 100% good. There's problems,
right?
And it's like, and they won't have that conversation. So they just be like, no, the system is good all the time. It's great. You should trust it. You should like bow down and worship. And and like that, and these are the same people who fucking teach ethics and talk about academic honesty, and and like
I see where you're going.
and just like there's a lot of fucking yeah. It's
no,
like,
that's cool. I mean, I'm glad you said that, dude. That makes it so it makes a shit ton of sense. I think the things you're talking about are things people want to forget about. You meet people who just they know something to be true, but they don't want to believe it. Like there was a long time ago, it was years ago. This guy had like one of those change my view posts on Reddit.
Yeah.
And he was like, change my view. There is no slavery in America currently. And I'm like, well, there's different types of slavery. It's just because you rename something.
Yeah.
Like you can rename a thing just because you rename it doesn't mean it's.
I would never talk to somebody like that.
What?
It just was like, it's just wasted effort.
Really? Oh, I mean, I changed his mind.
And you did?
Yeah, I was shocked because I thought most people don't really change their mind on these things. I was like, all right, well, you tell me, what is your definition of slavery then? He's like, forced labor under threat of death or pain. I'm like, yeah, so what do you think will happen if you stop working?
Yeah.
You know, like, let's say you stop working, you lose everything. They take everything from you. Does this match with nature? You know, like I could, if I was a squirrel and decided to hoard all these nuts or whatever, they keep their labor, but I don't keep the labor I produce. Like the houses I build, I can't live in. You know, like not like any other animal or creature out there.
Yeah.
If I wanted to build a house myself,
yeah,
I couldn't do that.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think I lost my train of thought. But I think when it comes to, yeah, man, when it comes to, I think the majority of people, it's like if we just knew how much power we had as individuals when we get together, like you can pretty much you can do anything. But the hard thing is like it's illegal nowadays to get too many people together to fix some shit. It's not something that is allowed because it means it would change uh, the course of this country. And like you said, I think the people in power, they're afraid. Like they know there's like they know there's power in people, and they need us to, I guess, do their bidding or whatever. But I'm almost done. Almost done with the folding part. I'm gonna turn off this heater a little bit. You feeling all right?
Yeah, I feel fine. It's not really hitting yet. I feel it, but it's not strong.
Right. Same.
And I can't tell if that's because of like the coffee or because it's just not as strong as I thought it would be. I'm gonna get like in another 30 minutes. If it hasn't like hit properly, I think
I'm trying to move around.
I'm gonna be disappointed as fuck if it's not stronger than this in 30 minutes.
Okay.
I'm gonna be. Yeah, this is like I didn't know that the streams would degrade that much, but like when I got them, they weren't that strong. But this is like 9 months later, and they're already like way less strong. They must have been like really old when I got them. Like they it's like there's a reason they gave it at a discount. And I'm sad about that. But I'll give it a little bit more time.
What it's been like? It's been 30 minutes, but with food and lack of movement,
Has it been 30 minutes?
ish.
Yeah.
Is this on? Oh no, my phone.
Oh, I just missed a call. He called me. Dude, I've been like running on instinct. Like this, I've been talking about all this optimism stuff and all this like um, positivity stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I feel it in my fucking bones, like that. Because like I keep saying that like the negativity bias thing. Like that's not. It's not that that's not real. It's just that it's not the only real thing. There's an equal and opposite thing that is also real, and um, I was telling this to Andrea the other day. I think that there's like more hope than there is anything else in the world. Like there's like I think like positives scale faster than negatives in certain conditions. Um, have I told you about teleology and how I'm obsessed with teleology?
Hmm.
I probably have because I'm fucking obsessed with it. Teleology.
Teleology.
It's like it's the form of reasoning where you reason about stuff from their purpose rather than like causal deterministic reasoning, which is like where you reason about stuff uh, from what has happened. Like so, it's like you look at the past and try and predict the future from the past. That's causal deterministic. And then teleology is like you look at the purpose of something and you try to reason about it from its purpose. And that to me is like it's a super neglected, super important way of reasoning. And I'm trying to figure out like what it is, but it's like we um I don't know if
trying to determine things based off of its purpose and not what it's done.
Yeah, not what has happened.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Because it's like it's like it's a different way of reasoning that is, I think it's like definitionally sort of less testable in the natural world, but also it makes it's like I think it's the other half of like how to reason that we should be like embracing and thinking about. And
you think there should be more so that or less so that?
More. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, way more. Like we need to be reasoning about things from their purpose. There's like this, I don't know, I think it's like this really weird thing in academia where they're like, that's not a more important way of reasoning. Yeah. But in saying that, they kind of like dismiss it altogether. And it's like really only in philosophy that people ever talk about teleology, which is weird because like it's in everything. Like everything has a purpose. You can disagree about what the purpose is, but reasoning that way is like fundamental and foundational. It's like half of like how you reason in life. And it's just like they kind of just like sometimes ignore it in science. And it's weird. It's really weird. But anyways, like I think
I wouldn't think that way personally.
What?
Because I wouldn't think in that way myself.
That everything has a purpose?
No, everything does have a purpose. I don't think that we should see things for not everything. There are some things you can nobly look at as a purpose-based thing. Like, for example, the purpose of social media is to get people closer to each other. But what it's really done is not that. In fact, it's broken a lot of families. It's broken a lot of people.
Yeah.
And we wanted to do one thing, but it is statistically doing an entirely different thing.
I have a hot take about this. I think the purpose of social media is to act as a record for your life, not actually to help you grow closer to other people.
Really?
Yeah, I think nobody really thinks that it helps you grow closer to other people. Everyone knows that it doesn't do that.
Well, they used to. That what God,
they said that. They said that, but
they said it and people believed it, and they were like, I can talk to like same thing with a cell phone.
That's what I'm talking about. It's just like teleology is so important because if you get like the stated purpose of something backwards, then you'll treat it in a way that doesn't work. Like I think that like I was telling you yesterday, a lot of people say that a lot of people think about money as if like the purpose of money is to give you freedom, and I think that's not the purpose of money. I think the purpose of money is to give you hope.
So that's the first time I've heard that one. All right.
And but it's like it radically changes your disposition towards money and also life if you think that the purpose of money is freedom. And it's like if you lose your money, you're losing freedom, and that is gonna fuck you up, right? Like the less money you have, the less freedom you have. That's terrible for you to think that way. But if you think the purpose of money is hope, then it's like it's different. It's different. I actually think I'm not even sure about that. I'm not. I wouldn't take that to the bank. Yep. But it's just like it's a different way of thinking about it. But it really changes your outlook.
But it's not the purpose. It is an outlook making choice.
Yeah.
You know, like the purpose of money, is so that you don't have to carry your cow on your back to trade it for a couple of chickens. You know, like it is a means. It's supposed to be small so that you can exchange it for like a house or something like that. So it's a means of exchange is literally all money was made for, but now we don't use it as a means of exchange anymore. Like the idea of money, like we're not really exchanging it. We're trying to hoard the shit out of it, especially billionaires, because it gives you options. Like it's almost like a soldier. Like money is like they're like soldiers. They're like little soldiers, and the more soldiers you have, the more opportunity you have to fight for something that you want. Opportunity, but there are many ways of fighting outside of just using soldiers.
Yeah.
So there are people without money who can travel the world. There are people without money who, like, yeah, I have choices if I live in my van without money. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like, being part of the system now is what money has turned into. So money is not what it used to be at all. It's like now a means of control versus a means of exchange. So its purpose is completely changed, and it's that now it's killing people, like in a way, like it's messing us up. It's like turning us into sheep more than like.
Yeah, dude, fuck.
But I don't know.
I was playing this to Andrea because like I really like the burner community.
The what? Oh, the Burning?
Yeah, Burning Man community. And I think it's
Burning Man?
What?
Is she Burning Man community member?
No. Oh, no, I mean I'm not either, but I really like those people because like usually like the entire like everyone present it has like done drugs, and I don't really like people who do drugs, but I do like that like usually people who do drugs are the only people in society who actually get that there is more to life than this like narrative that we were taught growing up by society, which is like
yeah,
that like there is hope. I think there's more hope than 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 anything else. That
these are people without money, people with hope.
Yeah,
which is like you said, money gives you hope.
It's I think that, like there's more hope, and there's it's just like there's I think that like positives scale faster than negatives if your perspective allows it, and that is like, and that's again like that's like something that like they don't. I don't know. It's not a narrative that is like put forward in society. I don't know. There's a lot of like weird narratives that are sort of like allowed to exist in society, and weird in narratives that are kind of not allowed to exist, or like implied that implied are bad. And usually people who do drugs like see through it. And so it's like usually I don't really like people who do drugs because like often like that community is often like it's got like a lot of shady people. It's got a lot of people who are partiers and who are not like serious about like but there are a few people who don't seem to exist in other parts of society who get this, who get that like there's hope, that things can be unreasonably positive and also it makes sense. And yeah. I'm not feeling it. I don't think that.
Not either.
I'm so fucking disappointed. And
sorry? I'm feeling it like maybe at 10%.
This is like a microdose.
Yeah.
This is a microdose, and I took 2 grams. This is like pitiful.
I feel it in my hands. Usually I feel warm. And,
yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It hit me, but like in sound, and I'm like,
yeah.
It's cool though, man. Like,
do you want to take a little more?
So that's what I'm terrified of because it might be one of those like late pickers. Oh, let me close out of. I had an event today I forgot about. I need to cancel it before I do anything so I don't forget.
I don't think we should take another gram. Okay. I think I'm pretty fucking sure that like they might be like late risers, but they're not that strong. If they haven't hit yet, they're not that strong. I think we could definitely do another gram. It wouldn't be crazy.
Yeah, go for it, man. You can bring him in here.
Oh yeah. Got it right here.
Let me just cancel this meeting. Did I already cancel it?
So I'm gonna go back to the kitchen.
Yes, do your thing, man. Your casa.
You want me to prepare for you?
Sure, you can just bring it in here, honestly. Oh, you're still here. Okay. Let me brush my teeth after. I forgot to do that.
These cabinets.
You help with anything? You good?
How are you?
Good. It's very. I think because they're so old, they're not really. They're not really potent. I feel like maybe 10% of what I'm supposed to be feeling. Yeah, like I can fully function. I can even ride a motorcycle, all that. Like really. I think he wants to. We might take another gram more. I thought about it. How long has it been? Like a half hour? Yeah. Usually I feel. I think another gram would be ideal. Like I feel something. I want to do it. Yeah, normally I feel something right now, like to the point where I can start seeing things.
Yeah.
You know?
It's definitely like not supposed to be this week. And
He's not having the same euphoria. Sorry, just my hair that he did last
If
time.
she saw me last time, just my smile was like up to here.
Yeah,
It was just funny.
we should we'll do a
I'll
little
do
more.
it, Graham.
Yeah. But I'm pretty sad. Pretty sad. I think it's just like it's so unreliable, you know, like
Oh, do you want these, Barbara? You know what I'm looking at. All right, I just want a little bit. No, I don't. Sorry.
this is 1 gram.
Okay. Wow, that's 1 gram?
Yeah, so I think it is like you can sort of see I got the
Let me clear a table. This thing.
oh, you got hella
Yeah.
Nintendo stuff.
Dude, there's so many games in here. I've never played them. Just find them.
Alright. That's that. And honestly, I think I should go more than a gram.
I was thinking that too, but it's
I
probably
think we should do like a couple more. Because I think it's just gonna be like weak.
Wow, right. Russell Brand charged with rape? What the hell?
What's up?
Russell Brand, the guy who's into like shrooms and shit.
Yeah.
He got charged with rape today.
Whoa, really?
You know him?
Yeah, I mean, I know he's like an internet personality.
Yeah, he's huge on like.
I don't really like him that much.
I never really watched him, but I mean, I thought he was like the guy.
I mean, I don't know. Accused of rape isn't the same thing as rape, but also, I mean, yeah, he seems smart, but. I always felt like he's kind of like he talks a lot more than he actually has insight. And I always get tired of listening to him. Alright.
I had a hat. I don't know where I put it. This needs to go.
Mm.
What the hell I'm listening to? Whatever it is, I don't like it. Oops, sorry. What is this? Is this mine?
Mm. This actually reminds me one time, I tried to introduce a buddy to shrooms in the park, and I gave him some stuff, and he did it, and he didn't really feel anything. And later, I found out that the ones that I gave him were probably old and not, it just like lost most of their potency. And I didn't know that, and I thought he was just like really insensitive, but I think it was just the shrooms.
Yeah, no, that's.
I think some people are insensitive. That definitely happens.
I've had it happen to me before. What the hell is going on? Probably not a good idea to do this.
Right.
Stop. That two or is that one? Okay, you have two
Just
different
two.
ones. Gotcha.
Yeah. Okay. There.
You don't listen to music, do you?
Usually I listen to books or podcasts.
Books.
Yeah. So yeah, I guess not like I mean I like music, but when I'm by myself, I almost never listen to it.
That's a lot. Okay. What podcasts or books? I mean, you told me a lot of the books you read. Not really a lot of the podcasts.
Yeah, I stopped reading books after I felt like because I read books for like years and years, like all the time, and then I got to this point where I was like, I feel like I've read most of the good books, and I kind of think that's true.
Really?
Like, yeah, I usually I would pick like a category and literally read like the top 100 in that category, and usually like bestseller lists are like a pretty good indication of how good a book is, and
you start reading the bad ones.
I've read a lot of bad books.
There's some bad ones out there that are like you get one good thing out of it, but once you get that one good thing, the other 99% of it is like bullshit. You know what I mean? But that one good thing you don't find in any of those books. Like I think you should read the first 10 pages of the Tibetan Book of Dreams.
Yeah.
And they try to explain to you why a dream state can be even more real than reality at times. And I thought I was like, that's pretty funny. What the fuck are they talking about? And then I read it. I was like, okay, I don't disagree anymore. But then the rest was bullshit. After that, though, but yeah.
Okay, so there's two here. I'm gonna get some water.
Yeah.
The store opens the opposite direction. What's going on? It's all good. It's all good. You don't gotta move.
I heard the word sorry. I was like, that's Barbara. Barbara, how many pull-ups can you do? Want to do pull-ups with me? I'll do pull-ups if you do pull-ups.
I feel I can do two.
I mean,
hell yeah! Let's go! Let's go! Nice! Whoa! Whoa!
Go, 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 go! Go, 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 go,
You got that. That's impressive. You're very impressive.
Yeah. Old woman who exercises does it all. It's like essential for mental health, right? All your cortisol and stress affects all your cortisol.
Yeah, yeah.
So that feeds forward to everything else. I'm going to ignore Brandyn for a second.
You know what? There's a psychologist I literally listened to about this yesterday. If you get too comfortable, your quality of life goes down. So when you suffer and you force yourself to suffer more, the quality of life goes up. I think the more you impose pain in your life, the better your life can be. But there is also like too much pain. But I don't think people even reach anywhere close to too much pain in America. I think the only person I can think of who has reached like slightly past that is David Goggins.
So you're meaning physical or emotional?
All of it. All of it.
Yeah, I don't know what his emotional journey was.
What do you make my favorite dish?
What's your favorite dish? Sugar?
This is my favorite dish.
All right.
Mrs. Simpson, who was one of my parents' neighbors, she has had she had polio, so she basically lives in constant pain because of polio and MS.
Oh.
She has 3 kids, 2 of them died already in tragic deaths.
Yeah.
So she knows, like she's got to be comparable to Goggins, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And look, I'm not saying pain equals good. I'm saying outwardly, like it does a net benefit to learn how to deal with pain. So like, if you don't want to deal with pain, you're probably gonna off yourself. If you like, if this is somebody who couldn't, and if she did that, then she wouldn't have been able to raise her other kid. You know, so I think it like when you embrace more pain, it's best to do it willingly because that pain's gonna happen whether you want it to or not. So the best thing you can do is choose that pain and choose how much more of that pain you want now. Yeah, seriously. I mean, because like I choose the pain through like workouts.
To give yourself resilience.
Yeah, you know. But yeah, you can either deal with this is corny quote, very corny in my opinion, but kind of true. Where you either choose your sacrifice or become the sacrifice. But like everybody's basically gonna deal with sacrifices, you know. So you can either choose your pain or deal with the pain of regret. And I mean, because pain is inevitable, so you might as well do the thing and say, you know what, either go through the fire willingly or have somebody push you through it. Sorry, I want to try one of these.
We were talking about I have this new theory yesterday, Barbara. I think that negativity, you know, negativity bias.
The negative what?
Negativity bias.
Or catastrophic thinking. Is that the same?
I've never heard of that. What is that?
Catastrophizing things?
Oh, catastrophizing? No, negativity bias is like this thing in, I don't know, it's definitely psychology adjacent, but it's that you, ginger beer?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Twist cap.
Just hold on.
So, it says that you weight negative experiences stronger than positive experiences? Okay, you're familiar, right?
From personal experience.
Yeah. Well, I mean, so no, it's just like this. It's this theory in psychology that so like if I give you $10, you'd be X happy, but if I tip away $10, you'd be probably like multiples of X happy. Multiples of X sad.
Yeah.
And it's like we.
Have a little bit of it. Sorry, let me cut you off.
What's up?
I just need something to chase it with.
Oh yeah. Oh fuck, I can't. My hands are like really fucked up. But. So I was thinking about this yesterday because I think that this is actually like part of a spectrum of perspective where like if you compare yourself against yourself versus compare yourself against other people, I think it changes how you view negatives in life, and I'm not sure that you always have or need to have like negativity bias. Negativity bias?
Yeah.
I think it does. I think that usually when there's like a spectrum of perspective, you need both sides of the spectrum. But that said, I think there are times when it's much more beneficial to compare yourself against yourself. And usually, I used to call this hard versus easy mode.
when I first like became aware of this, because are you cooking salt? Is it
No, I'm
sugar?
cooking sugar.
This is what we eat for dinner. We're kind of poor and.
I'm making a decoration for the cake.
Yeah. Oh, cool.
So I'm caramelizing sugar, and then I'm going to, if this is big enough,
So that's how they do it.
I'm going to
You add like butter?
Cool.
Am I in your way, by the way, Barbara? I don't want to be in your way if I'm in your way.
And then I'm going to put let the caramel harden on the outside of this thing, and I'm going to make a dome to go over top of the cake.
Oh, nice.
And the dome will be the equivalent to the nuclear lamina,
Are
which
you-
is what this student studies.
Really? You're actually making a dome cake?
The cake is a square cake because that's what I had for pans,
Mm-hmm.
but the
Oh, this is so good.
decoration will be the dome.
Okay. Yeah, when I see people making those realistic cakes,
Oh, this is delicious.
right?
Yeah, sorry.
When I see people making those like realistic cakes,
Yeah.
I'm just always like, how do you find the mold? For do you even need a mold?
Carve it. Yeah, you sculpt it.
Oh, true that. I guess you can't do that with every cake. I've actually went to a wedding where this person, a friend of Jill's, would make cakes. So she made a cake that was like liquid. Like it was like the cake was basically an aquarium. In the middle, it was like a see-through cake. And you can see like fish. I was like, holy crap, you made this? Like, how do you do that? And it was good too. I would have called it cake.
No, that's a.
But
See-through cake?
yeah, it was like, it looked like
Is it
like
Jello?
glass. Huh?
Is it Jello?
It was like a Jello, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
it would be that would be the way I would do it.
But there was cake batter on the bottom, like for like the sand that she made. Like she made a tree. It looked just like the tree outside of your backyard, but it was straight up cake. And I'm like, I don't want to eat this. This is art. You know, like I feel bad now. Like this. Not what I want.
That's the purpose of. It's actually enjoyable to have your art consumed. As a.
Yeah, I guess in any art, right?
Yeah. Well.
The purpose of art is to consume it.
Well, to
And all this
physically have
essence.
it consumed and disappear. I don't know why. Like I also feel that way about my pictures. Like I send them so the person can look at them, but then I want them tossed out.
I see.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh.
Man, sometimes I feel like that's my life. Like I feel like I don't take pictures often, so I force myself to take pictures and I put them on Instagram, which is extremely rare for me. I never take selfies, just because I'm like, I don't think this is art. I think like what it is I'm trying to do should be used up and then thrown away. Like meaning like an experience. I like providing people with experiences, but then they should just take that home. Like I don't think I need to like carry that everywhere or like post it everywhere. It depends on what you're after, I guess. Okay, I think I'm feeling it. Shit. I think it's just taking a long time, and now I'm like, I think I'm not feeling it. Maybe it's whoops. I don't know. You feel any more or no?
You only took this second dose a few, like 15 minutes ago?
No, I think this is from the first dose. Is what I'm saying. Like, I think it's
You
just
feel it?
taking a while. Yeah,
Um,
maybe not. Who knows?
nah, dude.
No?
If it's strong, it'll
It's not-
hit you. It'll hit you soon. I mean, like it might get a little bit stronger, but like
It's
is
not
it
strong.
like
No.
2 or 3 times stronger?
No, not
Then
even close.
yeah, then yeah, I think it's not gonna be.
Where did you get these shrooms?
I bought them from this company.
That does deliveries out of Oakland, and they will like drive and deliver them to you here in the city. And pretty awesome service. But yeah, these ones I got them at a really steep discount. They had this sale. Ooh, you okay?
Sorry, it's okay, guys. Just dropped a little bit of the molten sugar on my hand.
Oof. Sorry.
Okay.
Oh, you're good. I was. What were you saying?
What was
The
I saying?
delivery service.
Oh yeah.
So did you go to all the way to Oakland to get it, or they delivered it?
No, they delivered it. It's actually it's really great. They just need like a day in advance, and they have like a minimum order quantity. But yeah, I've been getting all my shrooms from them, and they have like a bunch of different varieties. And it's also it is crazy how much the different varieties are change in affect. Like there are some that are so euphoric it feels like Molly, and then there's some that are just like I'm also feeling it stronger. No, I think it's from that second dose.
Really?
Yeah.
That's pretty soon. I don't think I've ever had a dose that quickly. That's why I got the ginger beer, because I heard ginger could like.
Oh really?
Yeah, yeah.
It might be from the ginger beer. Oh, I don't think I'm gonna drink any more of that.
Yeah, right. This is definitely a lot. You want to go to the room? You good?
I'm good.
Okay.
I'm good. Forgot what I was saying. Oh yeah, so they deliver it, and some of them are like feel really good. Some of them are like I think a very like sort of like mental high, and some of them are like very body high. Sometimes some of them are like extremely visual, like you will have a lot of hallucinations, and others you won't have a single hallucination, and so yeah, a lot of variation. It's very interesting.
I want to know which one I took when I had the
You had a lot of hallucinations.
I definitely saw a lot, like in terms of it was very personal too. I mean, it was like a lot of color changes. Like things that were white were orange, and things that were like blue or not blue.
Oh wow! Do you want me to move that paper bag?
I thought you were gonna put it in the bowl.
How do you get it off with that when it's done solidified?
So I greased it.
Oh, you greased it.
See, I wish I was this creative. I'm not creative with food. This is pretty cool. I've never seen this.
Yeah.
Is this in your book, Barbara?
No, this is something I've seen done, but this is my first attempt. So we'll see how it turns out. It'll be creative. It'll look unusual, and it'll look like I made an effort for her.
Yeah.
That's half the battle, right? With your students. You need to make it look like you care, even when you don't. Break it off in pieces.
I'm feeling it.
Yeah, it's got to be that ginger beer, dude.
Yeah.
I really did pronounce it back. But I think one time I told you that one time I took too much vitamin C to get myself serotonin poisoning. But another time I just took like a gram of vitamin C, and the trip went from like medium to like.
Really?
Yeah, I think that's what it is. This thing is
I almost took my vitamin C today too. I'm glad I didn't do it. Almost did. When you said molten sugar, I was like, yeah, no thanks. Okay. I'm gonna go to this.
Good?
Yeah.
Quite so much.
it definitely just got like quite a bit stronger in like the last 10 minutes. Well, also I guess we did just take the second dose maybe 15 minutes ago. Okay. Camera over here. Okay, you put the camera next to power. Did it turn off? Fuck music. Is this going to go on top of a cake or something?
Yeah, cake in the fridge. Chocolate cake with a chocolate coffee mousse in the middle.
Mm.
Top. Read it. Appreciate the effort.
I know she will. She will. Fuck.
During the battle, she went from bad to worse until he gathered his wits and mastered his cosmos. He defeated Hooker with a rising dragon attack, risking his own life to master.
Hell.
Searching for help in Kyoshu's eyes.
Alright, let's see.
Beasts of the golden clock flew from nowhere and converged over a lake. The armor pointed itself safe in the wind.
What is this?
Ah, I'm gonna turn that off. Don't worry. Chair. Oh, I thought it was something else. This was Thundercats.
Is this like a
Toonami. Old school Toonami. It's the best.
wow?
Let's see.
Go to sleep.
What's today? Friday? I'll wait for fucking Thundercats. That's my shit. Okay. And then there's X-Men 2. Oh, I can't wait. I'm such a child when it comes to like 90s stuff.
What?
Like, anyway.
That's my.
I see him.
I have lived in apartments that were half as big as these.
Um, yeah.
Every time I walk in there, you look green, or you look like a lion.
The fate of this planet depends on us winning. You imbecile. You found nothing. Is essential.
Would you like Cards Against Humanity? Would you like some?
I think we'll keep right now. Or, yeah, actually, I just had some thoughts that I want to write down. So I think that I have that life can get better, and I've been because actually I'm gonna turn off this microphone for a little bit.
Lunch I prepared for you today. I'm not sure, but no master is out contemplating and I'll be back in a day or two.
What? That was so fucking cool, dude. I just saw your real little dinosaur thing.
Yeah.
Man, the things people make, man, are just.
Yeah, but then we can figure out the.
Let me know if you want the Wi-Fi password or anything.
Yeah, that'd be great in a minute. Oh, I also need to plug this in. Oh, I should probably. Oh, I'll probably need to restart recording. Okay. USB mic. Perfect. Okay, green. Still got your microphone. Yeah, green. Okay, cool. Yeah, but okay, so like, I had these like really good relationships in the past, and especially one of them was like really good. To the point where I was like, I always said this, and I always thought this, that I don't think I could ever find another girl like her. But just because of this whole philosophy project, I'm starting to realize like I don't think that is true. I'm like changing myself, and also my ability to meet people, my ability to like to change my prospects. And actually, it's weird. It's weird to even say it like that because it's like it's so much bigger and more profound. It's like I don't know. It's like it's like the type of change like before and after my cult. You know, like my worldview was just like way smaller, and I didn't even know. I wasn't even aware. And then after I left the cult, it was so much bigger. And like this project is also doing that, where it's like, well, like it's that big. It's like that kind of change, like that big categorical sort of shift, where it's like my view for the future, my ability to see and think about the future is like completely different, and it's kind of like the sky's the limit. I don't know, like not even the sky's the limit. It's like it's weird. It's weird to talk about because um I have this like sort of feeling like I can become like multiple of what I ever thought or dreamed. You know, I like my prospect for the future used to be like I could be happy, and now I think I could like literally change the world. Uh, like change the world, and not just be happy, but like be like one of the happiest people alive. Like not I mean, but like when I say happy, I don't mean like that sort of shallow sort of like passing happiness. I mean like happy in a sense like where it's like I actually know like how to construct and like confirm or affirm. Um, and hello.
Looks great.
We always do.
No, it does. It looks great.
Do I look like a parent?
Yeah.
It was great. I love it. It's a great guess.
All right, I will see you guys later.
I see you.
Later.
You basically were saying like you were constructing.
I feel like you can. It's like I'm constructing the ability to like to consistently have that happiness. So it's not just like a fleeting thing. It's actually something that's like it's constant. It's like I've trapped it. Not trapped it. It's like construction. It's like a construction. Like I construct like the good life, but it's also it's like it's concrete enough to where like I can teach other people. You know, and so yeah, it can spread. You know, it's like I think that uh, I think I can concretely change the world. It's like this personal project is way bigger than me. Has like bigger implications. I don't know, but it's also gonna make my life really good. Like I'm gonna be very happy, and I'm really excited about that. But
I think people when you hit a point where you expect to do good, you tend to do good. It's like I saw a TED talk where they were like people don't get what they want, they get what they expect.
I'm really glad we decided to do more. Like I'm really glad. I'm really like
yeah. No, but like she was saying like people get what they expect, right? So she was asking an audience like everybody raise your hand if you want to win the lottery. Everybody raised their hand, but like how many of you actually bought a lottery ticket? No one did, right? Because you don't expect to win. So when your expectations, like when you have expectations, that's the best thing you can do to win. So if you expect to win, you're gonna at least buy the lottery ticket. Or if you expect to have a good life, you're gonna at least take the steps towards having a good life. Versus people who are like, I don't really expect to, so they don't have the good life because they won't take the steps to get there. So all you have to do, it's not really. They say it's confidence, but it's not just confidence. It's like you have to know in your bones, like like this is real, even if it's not real.
Yeah.
You know, and
Yeah.
that's how you get the things you want in life. You know, it's really like how much pain will there be in between? I mean, who knows? But like, I think when you see it very clearly, it doesn't matter. You know, you see we have the vision. So I think it's great, man. There have been times in my life where I'm like, there's absolutely no way I'm gonna get through this thing, and usually it's true until like I hit an aha moment. I'm like, wait, no, I can do this, you know, and then I stick to it and I get it done. Usually, not always, but yeah. I'm probably not feeling it nearly as much as you are at this point.
I don't know. Yeah, I think I took the second just like 5 minutes before you did, but like, but yeah, it's like it's really strong though. Like,
Really?
yeah.
I mean, I feel something for sure, but I feel like now I can still like I can do a backflip. I could like ride my motorcycle.
Like the carpet is definitely moving a little bit.
Really?
Yeah, and like, yeah. Maybe you should drink more of the ginger beer.
I think it's just gonna. I'll wait like 5 or 10 minutes.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Oh yeah. By the way, the Wi-Fi.
Wi-Fi, yes. You want this one? Okay. There we go. I think that's it. Nope, that's not it. Okay. So, nope, don't want to do that. There we go. Wi-Fi settings. I'm so used to like Windows like 7. I forget how to get to the actual like properties.
I met this girl last night. I want to text her back. I want to text her and be like, "Why haven't you texted me?"
Do it.
Because
What is she gonna say? Like, what's the worst that can happen? Honestly,
I
they
don't know.
like that.
Okay,
Like,
is it weird? Is it weird that like I really want to fall in love? Like and also like I told you this. Like I feel like I keep meeting people who are not ready for that.
Yep.
And and literally they're like, "This is too fun. This is too interesting. I can't do this." And and
thing is, you can fall in love right now, dude. Honestly, you really can. It's not gonna look the same way you think it is.
no, that's what I'm saying. Is that like it's so interesting. To me, it's so interesting that there are people who are like, "This is too good. I can't do this."
Really?
Because for me, I would get sucked in so hard. I'd just be like, because I'm like, my life doesn't have that much good stuff in it. Like I think, at least I don't like. There are good things in my life for sure, but not this good, you know. And not as good as like um there's definitely this one girl I'm thinking of where we had a fucking phenomenal day. It was so much fun. She knew.
What did you guys do?
We got coffee. But we were just like we were bantering. We were like we just had like amazing chemistry. We were like just like really sort of like being really aggressive with each other, but it was like fucking really fun. I could tell she was having a really good time. And then later she was like trying to ghost me, and I was like, "The fuck, you're gonna ghost me?" After we had like such an amazing date, and she was like, "Yeah," and I was like, "Okay, coward," and um, I knew she knew exactly what I meant, and I was like, "Admit it, that was like the best date, like one of the like top 5 dates you've ever had," and she was like, "Yeah," and
that was it.
and then she blocked me.
God damn, dude.
Yeah, dude. It was like 100%. She was like, "This is too good. I can't do this." And
Yeah, you'll meet those. Definitely did far more of those. I met way too many of those to the point where I'm like, I mean, look, that's cool though. I think you should meet a lot of those, and then when that one person will come around, it'll be a shocker. Like, wait, you're not gonna just dip off? Like, what the fuck? Like, I think when that happens, I think it's far more likely to happen now.
I just like it's every time it does happen, I'm always just like, what the fuck? Like, you're really gonna like leave because it's too good? Like, I never get it. Like, it's
do you not understand why they do that, or do you understand why they do
that? I've just never been in a place where I've got too many good things and I can't have another good thing. Like,
I think people who get a lot of good take it for granted.
it's like way more likely, way more often in my life it has been
Shit. I don't know how to get the Wi-Fi. I'm trying.
It's just like my life is way less good than it is good. Like I'm usually not like everything is so good that I don't have room for more good things. You know?
Yeah.
That's not the default in my life. It's not like usually it's the opposite. Like it's like I don't have enough good things and I'm constantly searching for more good things. I feel like there are probably some people who live like that, but it's like
On the Wi-Fi.
it's been a long time. It's been a long time. Actually, when was the last time? I think the last time I lived like that was with my ex. And
Do you think that you're looking for someone like your ex inadvertently? I think you are. And that's fine. Don't get me wrong. It's just better to admit that.
no, yeah, definitely, no, 100%. I'm looking for somebody who's not like
Because I'll tell you right now, I thought I was looking for somebody. And when I got to that point, I knew I'm not over her.
Yeah.
And the fact that I'm not over her means.
Do you actually know the Wi-Fi?
Yes. So the fact that I'm not over her means that. Oh wait, NJ. Like even today, there's a buddy, not a buddy, but I'm sorry, there's a guy who's like, yeah, I met this girl. Her ex boyfriend died like 3 years ago in a car accident, and she has this ring that she wears around her neck, and and I understandably like she's like I'm in love with him still. She's like I get it. Whoa, sorry. He's like I get it. I understand. Did that not work? Let me try that again. Yeah. And but she's like I want to wear this ring during our wedding. He's like, no, like this is our time. She's like, well, this means a lot to me. This means like this is like a healing thing for me. And he's like, I don't think we should do that. Like, I think this should be for between me and you. But what it really shows is that she's not completely over her ex.
Yeah.
As amazing she is, that could cause problems. Um, what I would recommend is that you love every bit of your ex and then go, I love that, but I'm gonna learn how to like I love that like I love chocolate cake, but I'm gonna learn to try something that's nothing like chocolate cake. I want to try sushi, and just like see if I can love see what else is out there. Like I had chocolate cake for the first time and that was an amazing experience. But there's this thing called sushi I've never heard of or I've heard of and never tried, and that's to require a far different outlook. Something I've never even had. So I wonder how much better or worse that could be. and it might be far better in another in a category in a different category, basically, right? Like, sorry, this is I thought I had the Wi-Fi password, but it was for a different Wi-Fi. This is annoying. Freaking trying to figure out Wi-Fi.
Okay.
It's all right. I can definitely do it. I definitely have it. It's just I'm in my room and there's no Wi-Fi signal that comes to the room, so I have to use that thing on the ground, that extender. Then, but it's not letting me do that unless I sign in. Okay, there we go. Properties. Okay. There we go. Okay, now I have it. 1 0 0. Is that 4 zeros or 3 zeros? 85 20.
Dude, it's crazy. I think like it's just like my outlook for the future is just like so positive right now, and
as it should be, man. I mean, you have
as it should be. Yeah, it's like that magic that like it felt like magic. Like there's like it really feels like when you are doing things, I don't know, you find the right people, you know, like there's like synergy, and it just it all of a sudden it just like it sort of like creates an environment where you're just like, yeah, like do we actually have like the limitations that we thought we did, you know? And I don't know. Yeah, it's crazy good. It's crazy good. Um um fuck, fuck. It's like I think what I'm trying to do in my work is sort of like describe how you can have this mindset that I think normally you can only have on like shrooms or psychedelics. Because it's just like really hard to sort of like trust and believe that things will be better, but psychedelics sort of like um just sort of like let your mind go there. I don't know. I'm so fucking excited for the future.
That's good. Seriously, I mean, people who are not excited about the future, I think they're in a way dead. Like, I'm sorry, but like, I have a way of like showing my excitement personally. It doesn't look like excitement, but I get excited as fuck. You know?
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Maybe I am doing it.
I just saw this snake in your carpet.
What?
Yeah. I was like, it's like a big snake. I feel like like snakes are really common sort of like imagery to see on shrooms, and I sort of wonder why that is. Like I think that like I've definitely seen, you know how LLMs, like if you see like visual sort of hallucinations in the LLMs, not like still images but like in videos, like the old videos they used to make like these I forget what they call them, deforum is like the word for it, but like it's like you start with an image and then the LLM sort of just like hallucinates similar things, and then it does it again and it does it again and it does it again, and the image will just like sort of like slowly shift, and it's extremely psychedelic. But I've always thought that that's like actually it's like the way that LLMs perceive reality is actually like the same way that we perceive reality. It's just
I think it's
like
shit.
what?
I agree. No, like when I was meditating, I saw, and when I told people and I realized they didn't see what I saw, I knew to stop talking about it to them. I thought they would understand, but when I was meditating at the Vipassana Center, I was doing so well. Like I was just natural at that, right? By day 7, I started seeing fractal patterns. I've never seen that before, and I'm like, this is what being on like drugs is like, So why am I seeing this? And I'm thinking it's like behind the veil. It's like the matrix code, like that shows you this is what it's really made out of.
Yeah.
And your interpretation of this fractal pattern is like a couch. I don't fucking know, or like it's something else. I don't know. I had no idea. I didn't even put those two together, but like I saw them as like the building blocks of the world.
I know exactly what you mean though. This is like with enough meditation, you start to see the same world in the same way that you do on psychedelics, which is that you sort of like realize that there's like order.
Yes.
Like there's like order in the universe.
Yeah.
And you start to see it. You start to become aware of it. You're like, like there's like lines along which we are all moving.
Yeah,
right?
That's it. Okay, you get it.
Yeah,
you get it then. Okay.
It's like there's a bunch of them. They're all crisscrossing, but they're all like everybody's like sort of like doing the thing that they are like that is I don't know, designed to do, purpose to do, maybe purpose. That's why I'm obsessed with teleology. Is that like teleology is sort of like it's a way of reasoning where like if you can identify those lines along which everyone is moving, you can start to have much more confidence. It's like a different it's a different kind of confidence, and it's also like those lines along which everyone is moving. They aren't. They sort of extend into the past and the future, and it's not necessarily like I think I told you before, right? That well, that's way too psychedelic. I can't even look at that, dude.
Really? Let me turn it off. I can turn it off.
That's okay. Yeah, really? That's like a.
I need to watch it. I need to stare at these. I can turn it off if you want. Do you want me to turn it off?
Not while I'm on shrooms. Can't do that.
Okay, sorry. All good. All good.
There's like I guess lines of purpose is like a good way to describe it. Mm-hmm. There's lines of purpose that exist in the universe, and everybody's moving along their line of purpose. But it's not just everybody; it's everything. Like the universe itself, I think, has a purpose. And or like are we living in a simulation? I don't really care. I think like maybe we are, maybe we aren't. It doesn't really matter. But definitely like oh yeah, the lines. Okay, fuck. This is so important. It's so important. Like when you meditate long enough, you see the lines of purpose. You start to become aware, right? Mm-hmm. And on shrooms, you also become aware. There was somewhere I was going with it. It's like fucking hell. Okay, I don't remember. It's gonna come back to me. It's gonna come back to me.
I'm listening, man. I'm enjoying the conversation. I'm just enjoying this.
Like trajectories, right? I kind of think about them like almost like the chemtrails in the sky.
Is that what they call them?
Yeah. Like,
do you believe in that? No. Okay.
No, I think it's just water vapor.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, I was like,
yeah.
I don't know. I don't. Yeah, I've never. Yeah.
No, I didn't want to talk about that. That's but like. Oh yeah, okay. Lines of purpose. It's like the teleology. I'm obsessed with teleology. Teleology is a way of like reasoning about things from their purpose, and that's what this is. Like teleology is like you can discover these lines of purpose, and then they can also like sort of like point you to the future. And I told you before that I think that like the awareness evolution is the religious impulse. The awareness that better exists is the religious impulse, and that's what evolution is the march towards better. And so,
You think better means serving humanity? That's what Ray told me yesterday. He's like, the purpose of life
no,
is to serve, is to help humanity.
no,
Really?
not humanity.
No.
No, I mean, like that can be a valid purpose. That's not the purpose. The purpose of life is to become better. Like that's the real purpose.
Better how?
Just better.
What does that mean? I don't know what that means though. Like, I don't.
Is that like that's the point? Is that you don't know necessarily what better is, but you know it exists. You know it can exist.
So have I been better? Let's say me and you, like, have we been better versus like what we could be like a million years ago? Are we better in what way? Like, I don't think
yeah, like that's I think that's what evolution is, right? It's like all of the like that. It's a physical manifestation of better. It's like this tree of life is exploring. It's trying to find. It's like it's putting out like feelers, and the branches that survive, we are some of those branches, right? We are some of those branches that have survived, um but yeah, so okay, so like these lines of purpose uh that you become aware of when you meditate or do shrooms coincide with better, or at least like becoming aware of them is like a big part of what it means to become better. And so yeah, that's what I wanted to say basically is that like it's like people are religious because they usually like they're aware that better exists. They don't necessarily know how to tap into it, but they have to acknowledge it. It's like you have to acknowledge that better exists, or it will drive you crazy. So that's why we have religions. It's like you you designate some other person to acknowledge that better exists full time. That's like
I always thought religious was in a nutshell telling people you're not good enough the way you are to become what the ideal person should be is to go through a religious process, and that's you know
but this is what spiritualism is. Spiritualism is the awareness that better exists. And there's a lot of people who like are like pursuing different. Maybe it makes sense to say that there's like an evolutionary tree in like in thought, not just in like in the physical world. There's an evolutionary tree right in the past, but also like actually I don't think that makes sense. But yeah, I think there's a strong overlap between like the awareness of the lines of purpose that exist in reality and also the awareness that better exists. It's like you personally, like when you become aware of those lines of purpose, it gives you like it's like I don't know, like what's a good analogy? It's like it's like you are a robot. Like you become aware that you are a robot. Like you're a machine. Like you have like you were designed with intention, but also like you could modify your own code. That sort of thing. You know, like you don't have to be like. And usually when I say modify your own code, I don't mean like
yeah, that part actually I do believe.
yeah, like
I definitely believe that.
I think it's like it's so silly, and like I'm not religious. I don't believe in like God, and like I think that's where a lot of people go wrong. Is they're like a lot of people are religious. They assume, or at least they try to impose this sort of like a pre-existing set of beliefs onto this awareness, but you don't have to. Like I think that better exists, and these lines of purpose coincide with knowing that better exists. So the more you are aware of these lines of purpose, it's the more you are. It's almost like you can start to become aware of like your own Morse code. A shitty analogy, but
No, I get what you're saying. I think here's what I think. I think when it comes to everybody wants to go to heaven, but nobody wants to die to get there. You're gonna have to go through a passage that's gonna be painful or really difficult, and pretty much not just religiously, but in life. And people do everything they can to avoid that pit. But when you accept the pit and you go through the pit, your life will change. It's like there was the you before and there's the you after. You know what I'm talking about, right? Like when you hit the you after, you cannot go back to that other person.
Yeah.
Even if you want to, like
that is evolution.
That's religion. That's evolution. That's education.
It's like once you have like sorry, I didn't mean to pick off.
No, you're good. That was basically just my thought of what you're trying to say is like what evolution is killing yourself or dying and then being reborn, but not the same. And I think it's like I think you die twice in life personally.
You need to find like the bad ways so you can stay away from them, right? Like you can say that like because you have to go through the process of finding those bad ways, but once you have found them, you stay away from them, and that's like if
you should stay away from them. Yeah.
Like evolution is not just becoming better; it's also like finding the ways that you shouldn't be. It's both, right? Like there are ways that you can add to yourself. There's also ways that you can like maybe not add to yourself, but just like not do things worse. And
yeah, I get you. It's there's like the way of being as an adolescent, and then trying to be that as an adult is like a whoa. So like getting to that point where that's another thing. I noticed this is gonna sound off topic, but I guess I'm trying to stay on topic. Like a society is getting better when everybody collectively leaves adolescence. I think. California though, they have a problem with that. We have a problem with we have a bunch of adult babies, and what that could look like, is it's just not a good thing. So many problems can start that way. So many problems are happening now because we have that. It's like you have men that have completely disregarded their they've removed honor. There is no such thing as honor. There's only like a perception of honor, and like um, we've gotten rid of like so many morals. We put money at the top, and I think when you meet people who don't put money at the top, it's like it's noble, but none of us are gonna do that. Like that's like I get that you're gonna stop using Meta products. I get that you're gonna stop using Nestle products and all these other products. You're gonna stop using plastic. You're gonna stop driving your car. So all this stuff is evil. It's noble, but I'm not gonna do that shit. That's a bit much. You know. However, that is what it looks like to be accountable. That's what it looks like to be honorable. Um, and there's so few of that now that we cannot collectively um, fix problems, like real problems that will kill us in the next 100 years, perhaps. We could fix these problems if we were mature adults, but because we have allowed ourselves not to be, myself included, I'm not taking myself, any seriously, but I think because of that, we're gonna have a society full of people who just want to live it up, and they don't really care what that means to the next generation, or and yeah, like most people don't even want kids these days. They're like, yeah, it's too expensive. I want to have my fun, and I want to just I want pleasures in life, and I want to make my money, and I want to enjoy the nice warm weather. Like there's a flip side to that coin, and it will be flipped at some point. You know. Um,
yeah.
So
I'm so glad we're recording this. It's so necessary to record this stuff. So good.
I need sound. I'm not gonna play music, but I'm gonna play some sound. If that's all right.
You're not gonna play.
Like I need like
a white noise.
Yeah, I need like
rain
crickets,
sounds?
crickets or something. I have something I can. Like the birds, I love hearing that shit. You know. Um.
Um, but but they're not wet. Especially one.
Shit. There you go. Okay.
Um, I'm like so. All of this stuff. Um,
I think just thinking about like when you said you really want to fall in love. So I have this ex named Naja. She's she's an ex from like 15 years ago. You know, so she's not. You know, we're cool. Um, but I met her when I was in trade school, becoming a firefighter. Like building myself. You know, and she's been like depressed her entire life. Um, and I'm like, you know, I like this girl. I love this girl. I don't think I loved her. I don't know if you know, I had love for her. You know what I mean? Like, I think I've only truly been in love with one person. Um, and that was my last relationship. You know, that was the only person. But this person, I told her, I was like, yeah, I have love for you, meaning, which means like I might not be in love with you, but it's like more of a decision I've made that I've still made, and she knows this. Like, if you need anything, I'm gonna stop what I'm doing and I'm gonna help you out. You know, so if I have $1,000 left, you're like, hey, I'm gonna die without $1,000, and I knew I was gonna die without my $1,000, I'd give you 1,000. You know, like I wouldn't even think about it. I don't think I've ever received that from anyone. I've never received that kind of love from anyone, except one of my exes, and well, my last ex, but briefly. So I think men and women have different ways of showing that they love each other, and it's because of that that makes me go, I'll probably never receive the love that I truly want from a woman, and she'll probably never receive that, like the love that she truly wants from me. However, I will do all I can do is my best. What I mean by woman is like self love is a love that no one can really do for you. Someone can love you so much that you kind of lose yourself in that love. In fact, a lot of guys or people with avoidant who are kind of like who haven't really learned to be okay with their emotions, they get to this point where they get into a relationship and they get comfortable, right? And they get comfortable, and in them getting comfortable, they let themselves go. They let themselves be themselves, right? Not the person that attracted their partner, you know. So I like if you're a super ambitious guy, super fit, you know, like you're at your prime, whatever. I'm sure your woman loves you for that, you know. But like finding new ways of being better and like showing that you're, you know, like you're still a catch is what keeps her. But if you stay there, like stay at that like I've been just trying to get fit even into my 50s, and that's just all I'm gonna do. Like she will leave your ass. You know, like she'll straight up leave. There's got to be more, you know, to just the initial attraction, unless you meet a woman who loves you forever. And with that, I've only met one woman to do that. Not for me, but her name is Meg. She's like one of my best friends. She loves this one guy who she's known like 30 years ago, and he divorced her. They don't really talk, but she's like, he could be a murderer, he can be a rapist, he can kill somebody, like whatever. I would still love him just as much as I loved him when I first met him. And I know she's like, and I know most women won't do that. And I'm like, you know, that's what I am. Like if I like I have exes I don't give a shit about. If I saw them, I saw them on the street. Like, damn, like you good? Like I just go up to them and be like, are you good? Like you need $5, I got you. But like that's pretty much all I'm gonna give you. I'll probably give you some advice. I'm not a shitty person or anything, but like I'll help you out with something. But like I'm not gonna like go out of my way, right? But if I choose to love a person, um, no matter what they do to me, or it doesn't feel good. I'll say that it doesn't feel good at all. Like I fucking hate that I love Nausea and my last girlfriend. I hate it because like I always told her like as a guy, it's like oh shit, I love this person. Like like it's not like for women, it's like oh my god, I'm so in love with this man or whatever, and it's like this. It's like
I don't think that's not a bad.
I don't know. Well, I'm so, this is a generalization. Obviously, I'm generalizing for sure. I'm saying but typically for this frame of guy, right? They're gonna go like, yeah, then I'll do anything for her, like um, and it's a good feeling. Don't get me wrong, it's initially great, but it's when she fucks you over, which is pretty much gonna happen in every relationship, whether it's a friendship or like anything. You have to find the people worth suffering for, and everyone's gonna make you suffer either a little bit or a lot of it. You know, everyone's gonna disappoint you. Everyone's gonna do things you don't like. Everyone's gonna have these quirks about them. Everyone. You just gotta realize, hey, like my threshold for suffering needs to be larger. So I need to like. This is what I mean about like life is suffering. I don't think you really understood the scope of what that means. Like it is suffering. I don't think it means like you're suffering. Like I'm like, oh God, I'm alive. Like like that's not what it is. It's very much like there's spectrums in everything you're doing that involves suffering, and that is the purpose. Suffer more, but suffer gracefully and do it in a way that's like beautiful. You know. So I don't know. As corny as that sounds,
Dude, it's
that
not corny. It's not corny. Don't
yeah.
say that.
I
Don't
get.
that.
I know. I'm saying like I'm just saying that, but like that's how I feel about two of my exes. Like I will do, and one of them stopped talking to me like 2 days ago because she pretty much cuts anyone off who cares. So she had like no friends. My first ex, like no friends. Her family is like not really there. You know, I'm like, I'm gonna decide not to be that guy. Like I'll be here. Like if you cut me off, well, I'll still be here. I'll find a way for you to know. Like, hey, call this dude if you need anything. Like, I even tried flying her out here. If she lives in Philadelphia. Now the thing is, I'm not in love with her. Like if she wants to start a relationship, I'd be like, fuck no. Like there's no way that's gonna happen. But like I would do everything for this person. You know. So I think if you want to be in love, you can do that right now. It's just not gonna look the same way you think. And I'm sorry, I'm just going back to
no. Fall in love looks a certain way. It's like
really.
For me, like it's happening because it's consuming. It's like literally it can take all of your time and attention forever. Like not forever, but like literally, it's like usually like I know I'm in a good relationship because we can talk for hours and spend we can talk for hours and then like we'll separate to do our work or whatever and when we come back we can talk for hours again. Like in the same day. Like
Mm.
like usually like if I go on a date with a girl and the date lasts like okay it's like you ever had like a first date that lasts for like 36 hours? A first date that lasts for like a long time, like just because it's like
Yes, I have.
you
Okay.
start and then you change context, you go home, you sleep with them, you wake up, You wake up, you make breakfast together, you just keep going. It's just like it's just great. It's just like you don't actually have like a reason to stop. You know?
That's why I say the best relationships happen after you have sex on the first date. Sorry, I'm just gonna be honest.
Yeah,
be real.
I super fucking agree. Like
but no woman likes to hear that shit, and I don't tell them anymore.
Like, you know, so many like, women are like, men, a lot of men are like, and I'm like, yeah, but also like,
that works. Sorry.
It's like, but also like the best relationships are that's not going to happen. You have to be able to take the risk. Like you have to be seeking a best relationship. A lot of women are seeking commitment and not best. And it's just like, well, okay, I don't fuck with people. People are stupid. Like, they're not trying to have the best relationship possible. They're just trying to have somebody who will stay around. And it's like, okay, you're wasting your time. Like, I'm trying to I want to fall in love, not because I don't romanticize it. Like when it happens, it's because it's like a sign like I'm living right. Like I found like the best people to be around. I don't want to be around other people because these people are the best. They're capable of making me better. You know, of like it's all in one place. And so it's like falling in love. It's not like fun. It's not like cute. It's like it makes you better. It's like very serious. You know? And yeah, I don't fuck with people. It's like people have like, okay, I talked to this guy and he was like he's like, romance is like when you bring your girl flowers and like literally
I've never done that in my life. Yeah, I'm sorry,
like, and I was just like that's such a weird like I don't think he has ever been or even wants to be in a relationship where it's like you mutually make each other better, you know, like where you
oh, he's decided that doesn't exist, so he's gonna be the guy that
I don't think he even wants it. It isn't to him like growing is kind of like not the point. He just wants to exist and like he just wants pure pleasure, you know. And so like actually like having a relationship where you like sharpen each other is not really something he wants, you know. Like he just wants like a pure pleasure. He just wants like a girl who like wants to like you know, and like basically like a doormat, you know. And I'm just like, dude, like that's stupid. Like
I don't think it's stupid. It's just his.
Yeah, it's not stupid. It's not stupid. Like he's a smart guy, and but also like you're not gonna grow that way. You're not gonna become a better version of yourself that way. You're not gonna accomplish anything that way. And so it's like that. I don't know. That's like I think it is stupid. It's like a long term stupid thing to not want like falling in love is not just it's not just for now. It's for the future. It's like this is like a really solid foundation that you can like build a future on. No.
You're not explaining love. You're explaining infatuation mostly, and then also.
No, it's not infatuation. It's like I mean
like you're saying the way you fall in love is the only way. There are people who are in marriages that they don't want to be in who last longer than people fall in love. You know, so it's like so the way you want it to be, even the way I want it to be, is not going to be the way. People who think that tend to get divorced far more often. They tend to get heartbroken. Just like, you know, if there is a way, a surefire way, we'd all do it because we'd all like be like, yeah, none of us want to be heartbroken. None of us want to leave the person we loved, but we try different methods. Some people sleep with 40 people. Some people sleep with only one person. Some people try the Christian route, but there's different ways to get what it is you're talking about, and what you're talking about is lifelong commitment, right? Is that what you're talking about, or are you talking about a feeling of like this boost each other's life in terms of better? Because I'm trying to learn what better means. Like when you're saying you have somebody there who's basically making you a better person, as if like they're boosting your life. They're like they're catapulting your life in the direction that you want to go, right?
Yeah.
That's that what you consider better.
Yeah.
all right, so the direction you want to go, they're with you. What if someone decides on that direction while you're doing it, hey, my needs are actually different now. Like we spent this much time in a relationship, but that part of me has matured a little bit more. So now I want to actually go over here, and you're still going straight over here. What happens there? You know, because like that's when you have to make a decision. Like, am I going to stay with this person, or am I going to leave for this like purpose? Which one do I love more, the person or the purpose? Or so like there comes these are actual real scenarios, right? So it's like I think when it comes to love, you have to choose something or choose someone, and it's not this feeling of like it's going to be amazing, even with a purpose, because to chase a purpose could mean you starving, could mean you living on a park bench, could mean you going to jail for it. It could mean mockery, could mean doing something illegal to fulfill a purpose, and most of us don't do that. So it's like same thing with love. You love someone, I truly think you love them till the day you die. But I think that's just a decision you may or may not be making consciously. So I don't think most people, and I'm talking like 95% of people here, are looking for love. I think we're looking for a great feeling, an amazing story. We're looking for this this idea that with this person I could be anything, or I can be everything, and I can have everything. And it's like more often than not, that is not the case. Like we all get into it with the same idea. All of us, I say 99% of us get into relationships that way. And then most of us get divorced. Right. So like we all have these like visions of being better, being awesome. Usually it's the woman who decides like, doesn't feel good. Like I don't feel the same. Like, it wasn't as fun. It's like, well, you started off as fun, which means you got to keep having that fun. And eventually that fun's gonna kind of wither off. So what you want is someone who's boring as fuck, and then you want to be boring, and then oh, you can do this. Like you want to. It's kind of like you want a cold. It's better to be the cold pot on a hot stove than the hot pot on a cold stove, right? I think young people are the hot pot on the cold ass stove. They have not really much to offer, but like they can. Um, but what you want to do is start like with someone. I mean, you don't want to. You should do it whatever way you think it works for you. I just think you should just choose the thing you love and love it until it kills you. You know, that was hard for me to wrap my head around, which is why I got divorced. I don't think I want to love my ex.
I love that. What you just said, like choose things to love and love it till it kills you.
Yeah. And I didn't like.
So good.
Well, I didn't like the idea with my ex, so I chose to, like, I want to love someone until it kills me, even if they kill me. And I knew she was going to do it, which is a crazy thing. So when it was facing reality, I was like, I think your purpose is to try to kill me at this point. So now I'm gonna seriously, like, I swear to you, like I did. It's like you give up everything.
No, I was laughing, but I
Oh no, I know. I can laugh about it, dude.
Yeah.
I actually laughed my ass off. I'm like, damn, I cannot believe I was like that fucking guy. Like, there were things I would never fucking do. Like, she was disrespectful in public, and I would never accept that with anyone. I don't care if you're a dude or a chick, but with her, it's like I loved her, so I let her do it. I was like a vessel, but I was like, no, I'm more than that. I chose.
I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah.
Like,
So I chose myself.
okay, see it blinking?
You can charge that while.
Yeah, it's literally just died. Oh fuck!
You want to charge it while you're.
So I think no, it doesn't. Okay, so camera's still going. It just means that the audio switched to. Actually, it's weird. It's a weird property of this thing that it doesn't take power. Why is it on? Why is it not? Actually, I don't know. I don't fucking know why that happens. Because it's like, yeah, okay. Why is it? All right, so the audio is gonna be different now. That's all.
Okay, cool.
It'll just be a little bit fainter, but yeah, we keep talking. Wait,
Yeah, man. I just think that's, in my opinion, that is my purpose. Trying to find to be one with the world through love, you know?
Yeah.
And I think that's why religiously, most religious idols don't have a significant other. And I don't think that's an accident either. Not Buddhism, not in Christianity, not in Islam. And I think there is a big, massive reason that I think what do you call it? Western societies don't want to admit, because you can use like women to like push a narrative, you know, like to sell you things and put next to a nice car. We'll buy this car and you'll feel fulfilled that way. So like, if you want to feel complete, do what this woman wants you to do, right? Men have never been taught like learn how to just do this on your own and only your own. Don't even think about like anything external, even her. Like, you know, we're never taught that. It's all like validation. And I promise you that's not the way. You know, at least for me, it wasn't the way. I've never been happier in my life. This is the first time where I can go like, all right, I want to see what I can fucking do. Like, I want to see what I'm really made of. I'm 33. Jesus died at 33. You know what I'm saying? So like, I that's totally a coincidence. But I'm just saying, like, I feel like, all right, this is my second, well, maybe my third rebirth in a way. Like, I want to see what I can do. You know what I mean? So that's.
Fuck yeah, man.
And
fuck yeah.
I want to see what I can do when I love myself, and I'm not like going like, Brandy, you're weak, you piece of shit. Like, you do 5 more, like, you know, like. That's how I used to treat myself, right? But I'm like, nah, never.
That's the fucking way to do it, man. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, compare yourself to yourself, not other people. I think that this is like, I don't know. I don't know what it is yet, but it's like the other half of how to be good in life, how to be like, I don't, yeah, the key. I think it's like the key to a good life is that like sometimes you need to compare yourself to other people. Sometimes you need to measure up. Sometimes you need to push yourself to be better than other people or whatever the fuck. But sometimes that doesn't apply, and I haven't really figured out like what the delimiter is, but it might just be that it's just like I like how do you know that like the thing that you're measuring doesn't apply? I don't know, but like there's too many people who are depressed and sad, and or I don't know, their life isn't good, and it's just because like they're not comparing themselves to themselves. They're not trying to be a better version of themselves. They're trying to like they're doing whatever it is that they're doing for other people, according to other people's needs and wants. And it's like, stop, like live your own life.
I'm fighting that shit too myself, man. And I know the thing is, you're just, that's so true. Like, for example, the college thing, I don't want to do it. I even talked to Barbara. She's like, if you don't want to do it, then fucking stop. And I'm like, you know, I'm really just doing it because I feel like I want to.
I don't see you as a nurse, bro.
Yeah, I know. I know, yeah. The thing is, I don't see myself as anything.
I see you as a businessman.
Really? But I don't want to do business with people.
But like that's what it means to do business, is to find the gaps in like the current like system of like providing value to people, and to fill it. But it doesn't have to be like one thing. It could be like a lot of people, they assume like business means just like finding one gap and just like continuously doing that, like hammering that button over and over forever ad infinitum until you die. Doesn't have to be that way. Like, it could be like good business people are like, okay, like I found one thing, I got my needs met for right now. Okay, what's the next thing? Like, what's the next problem I can solve? And yeah, like it doesn't a good business person is somebody who is like exponentially like increasing their own value all the time because they're always finding gaps in like the value system, and they're always
so true. I never thought of that actually.
Yeah, like
True
like
that, dude.
if you're not doing that, you have a job. You're not a business person. You have a job. You're getting paid by someone else. You're working for other people.
I will say, when I was a businessman, that was my life. My life was so much better. Now, I feel like I'm in the business for others, and I'm not trying to make a profit anymore. That's the only difference. Is like I just stopped caring about like somebody's like, hey, you can make money off this. I'm like, no, I don't give a fuck. I'm not doing it for money. Like, let's do this for free. Like, you know, that is probably the reason why I don't think I make a good business.
I have such a low fucking opinion of nurses.
I do too.
I
don't fucking like them. Because
that's exactly what, like, usually they're like, I found a niche, I'm gonna fill it, I'm gonna hammer that button until the day I die.
Yeah.
And I like almost no respect for them. It's like, it doesn't matter how complicated the thing is, if you're only doing one thing, then you have like no like depth to you. You know?
You should listen to Val Ravikant. He says specialization is for insects. And he's somebody who, you know, he's a business guy, and then he's like, people are meant to do more than just that one thing.
Yeah.
You can actually master many things. You can find people who master many things.
Yeah. Yeah.
My only reasoning, and I don't know if it's yet a strong enough reasoning, to be honest.
Yeah, mastery, bro.
My only reason to like be a nurse is I don't want to live in this country forever. You know, I've been to other countries. I also know that there are many places in America that are great, but what America is not a place I'm proud of or respect or that I think is even good for people. You know, like people are the bottom of the barrel, and I want to move somewhere where people are at least mid to up there. You know what I mean? And in terms of like not just quality of life, but when there's a need that people have, they won't put billionaires over those people, or they won't put like one guy over the rest of the people. And I want to be, I'm not a king or anything. I'm not a peasant either. I'm one of the people, you know, so I'm very much a people guy. I've been in situations where I could have been both, just so you know, and like, I never liked either one of them, so I got myself out of them, and I stayed, you know, relatively even with people, and don't want to be in a country where they're going to try to make me a peasant again, you know, where they're going to try to make me something that I'm not. And that's the only reason why. And I believe the most surefire way is because everybody's telling me this. You're not the only one. Like, literally no one is telling me I should be a nurse. And I'm like, that's probably a sign they see something that I don't see. I'm not going to take their advice.
Like, what the fuck do you see, dude? Why do you think that you'd be a good nurse? Why do you think you want to do that? You don't want to do that.
No,
I don't think you want to do that.
I don't want to do it.
Yeah, why are you doing it?
So why am I doing it? Is because it's, to me, my life is not about what I want. My life is what I have to have.
What do you have to have?
I have to have the ability to get the fuck out of here.
Like, to where?
Anywhere. Any fucking where. I just gotta, like, the thing is, I'm still trying to discover that. I'm trying to figure out where. But, like, I've been, like I said, I mean,
like, what you need is adaptability, not like, okay, and this is like you're gonna chain yourself with golden chains. You're gonna accomplish the opposite of what you want.
And see, I know this to be true. I know that. Yeah.
Don't do that. You want freedom. You want to be able to like choose your own fate and have flexibility. And you don't have to like just because like a nurse is something that is like it's like a good job, but there's a ton of good jobs. And honestly, like it's so much more like respectable and like just look at society, look at the businesses around you, look at like there's a million things that are like gaps in the current like structure of like how things are flowing, and you can just find it one of the gaps, put yourself in there, and you'll make money. But
no, you're right. You're totally right. I need to hear this really. There's like, I feel like I've figured out 99% of my life. That's the one thing I haven't figured out. Yeah. You're hitting home, man.
But don't stop there. Don't stop there, dude. Keep going. Like find another gap and another gap, and like better, bigger gaps. and it's like it doesn't have to be one place. You don't have to like have it because like the job is gonna like you're being in one place or like relatively speaking, you're gonna be doing the same thing day in and day out. You're not gonna be like solving fucking problems. You know, you're not gonna be like, don't do that, don't do that. Like you want freedom, give yourself freedom. Don't tie yourself down with a fucking. Just that's the opposite. I was like, I'm.
All right,
I can't speak for you. I can't speak for you, but
no.
I'm just saying, like, this is my perception. Like,
because I feel like we are the most. You're the most similar person to me that I've met. You know, so I'm gonna be honest. And I'll, you know, I've met. In ways, there are other people I have in my life who are incredibly similar to me, but like, I think lifestyle wise and like situational wise and like shit we've been through wise, you know, definitely. And I honestly think you are totally right. And these are conversations I've been trying to run away from because I don't want to believe that I can do something in the unknown. You know, I think it's also the fact that my ex's family has gotten to me so bad. Like, they made it seem like I am completely worthless without a degree.
yeah,
That's what it is.
they don't fucking know.
And-
I mean, like,
Yeah,
I hate that shit.
I do too, bro. And it's
hate
like
that
fuck,
shit.
I never needed it. In fact, I made financially, I made more money without a degree.
They're so
I've done
dumb. They're
so
dumb.
much more in my life without a degree. I've traveled the fucking world without a degree. Like, yet I'm told I'm only relevant with this fucking piece of paper. And I fucking hate it, dude.
It's not real. It's not real. It's not real. I mean, like, there's. Honestly, okay, here's the thing, like, whatever the fuck you thought of your ex's family, I don't think your ex thought that way, or you wouldn't have been able to be with her.
Yeah, it's only when I started falling for that shit where she stopped. She lost some traction. Just so you know, and I knew that. I was like, she's like, "Wait, you're gonna be a software engineer?" But that's not who I was with, you know. And so I get it. Yeah, the thing is that what was missing was my self-love.
Yeah.
If I had that, I could be in any relationship.
Yeah.
But right now, I'm like 99% there.
Can't do it, people don't believe in you.
Yeah.
And also it's just like,
I'm glad I did this. I'm like glad I'm having this conversation, like in the setting. I don't think I could have this conversation without him.
like, dude, this is okay. This is what I'm trying to like. It's because like, this is the whole point of this whole philosophy project. I'm gonna get emotional, but like,
I'm getting emotional.
It's freedom, dude.
Yeah.
It's fucking like we've been told a bunch of like lies. It's like, I don't want to say it's like in bad intentions, but it's just like people have perceptions about the world that are true in part, but not in whole. And the parts in which they are not true is everything. It's like that I can't live that way. I can't live that way. It's not just that it's not real. It's the opposite of the truth. Like, and I think like it's almost a privilege for me how bad my life has been, because it's like it has made it crystal clear I cannot win the normal game.
Yeah.
I cannot win the normal
I can't
game.
either. Yeah.
I have to play a different game. I have to change the game, right? That's the for me that is the game, changing the game. And
yeah, when that realization happened for me, I was like, fuck, I'm not gonna have a straight life, dude. Like when I was 14, I'm literally 14 years old on YouTube, because YouTube just came out when I turned 14. Thinking like, where can I, people are actually doing this, posting van life videos.
Yeah.
And I was like, I know that's what I want, because I've seen my mom freak out about, am I gonna pay these bills? Or I'm like, I know I want that, because I know I want mental freedom, physical freedom, financial freedom. So I knew, it's my first vehicle was that.
Yeah.
And second vehicle was that. You know what I mean? So like, these are things that I know, but I know the world isn't trying to say, you should want this shit. Yeah. I even told Barbara, I was like, look, even though this is, the situation here is fucking fantastic, I still want to go back to that thing. Yeah. You know, like, and live the way I want to live. Like live out in this shit. You know, like that is what life is. This is not life.
Yeah.
So my mind is, okay, so I'm gonna tell you something I've never told anybody. So I think, and I didn't realize this until right now. The reason why I'm going to college and I'm doing this shit and whatever is because I think I've completely given up on me, and now I'm like, all right, I need to focus on having a family so that my kid at least might have a chance at living.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
so if I have a kid, this person like could go wherever they want to go, boy or girl, like doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You know, I want the ability for them. I want the ability for them to go like, I don't feel safe here, so can we try? I'm like, yeah, let's go to fucking Philippines. You know, let's go like, let's do that right now. Like, you know, and I think with a degree, I can make these snappy decisions. Without one, I have to forcefully put myself in that position. You know, and I can do that alone, but with another person, it's very, very hard. So I can either put myself first, or I can put my future that might not even happen.
Yeah,
Right.
I mean, like, it's just long-term thinking, dude. Like, stop with the short-term thinking. You gotta be
That's
like,
long term. No, that is long term.
I mean, like,
that's very much long term. The short term thing is getting a job, being happy. You know, but long term, it's gonna take me 4 years of misery. Another 2 years of probably finding the right job. And I wasn't gonna be a nurse. I was gonna be a psych nurse, by the way, which is far different. I'm not gonna be doing IVs or, you know, I'm gonna be working with people who need psychological help.
Yeah.
And I feel like I am definitely the guy to do that.
Yeah, for sure. But
it's not something I want to do, and there are other ways to do that.
The point of life is to evolve. The point is to get better, and the most direct path to better is not through these like institutions. It's usually just like literally like look at what's in front of you. Just like analyze it for yourself. Like let's take it in, and you'll find like the path. You'll find the path. It doesn't like and like you can go through an institution. But it's like usually in so doing like the whole concept of like I don't know like are you afraid that like women won't want you if you don't have money because it's like
I don't give a shit about that. I used to really care about that. I'm afraid of
yeah.
I think what I'm afraid of is being 40 or 50 and looking back saying what if like why didn't I you know that's the fear and like the only tangible thing I'm gonna have in 10 years is a degree. Like the money is gonna go woof, you know. So the money is money's just money. Money's like everything else. It comes and goes. But the degree will be there forever. That's one thing I want. But it's like so the thing is I think like I just want that. Even if I don't get a job in that, but knowing that I have that, I can look back and say, okay, this was the thing I've achieved in my 30s. This was the thing I achieved in my 20s. Like the big thing in my 20s was like self-discovery and realizing I am far more willing than most people in their 20s to make it happen. Like biking across the United States with $0 is an insane fucking thing to do. And I don't think most really understand what that is. In my 30s, got married, got divorced, you know, and also got over a very, very bad like drug addiction, right?
Where were you on?
I was on a shit ton of cocaine.
Really?
Oh yeah, my bosses at Apple, man, they were high ballers, and they were like, I was like, I want to be like them, you know, like I want to drive a nice car and have like all the women and yada live the fast life.
To me, that's crazy because like usually, like those things are like external representations. But it's like it's a byproduct. It's not actually what gives you like if you want that stuff, you might get it with a ton of effort. But if you want the thing that produces it, then you'll get it in spades. You'll have more of it than you want. You know, and it's like
true that. And I learned that the hard way. I ended up with a stripper for an ex-fiance. She was hot as hell, but I could not have a conversation. We never talked longer than 15 minutes. We never had a conversation longer than 15 minutes. I couldn't listen to this woman. And then like also, like my life externally I looked like a baller. I had motorcycles in my driveway, the nice car, the nice house, parties, women all over. Yeah. My ex fiance would come over. She'd like is there a new girl in your bed this time? And I'm like, ah, she's just a friend. And, like that was my life, dude, for like a good year. And then I had so much cocaine that I even recorded this. I'll show you a video of me when I was high on cocaine. At Apple doing push-ups. I was half my size. I couldn't eat. I weighed like 130 pounds. I think 125 pounds. I'm 170. I don't look like it, but yeah, I was tiny and depressed. But I had money, and it's like, fuck this. So I got rid of all of it and built another YouTube channel. But it was like rediscovering myself, and that was my 20s.
Dude, I've been so this entire time I've been working on this project, and also just like my entire adulthood since I left the cult, this is like this like doom of Damocles like sort of thing hanging over my head. Like, are you gonna be able to have kids if you live this way? And I think that that's like the biggest lie. It's the biggest lie. Like, it's like this sort of like, there's a lot of like, I meet women all the time, not all the time, but like I have met women who are like, you don't have a job, I like you but can't be with you because you don't have a job, and specifically because they want kids. They want kids and they're like, I can't, I want kids. And what I think is that they're actually stupid for looking at it this way. Like, sure, like stability is good, but stability can never be the goal. The goal has to be growth. Like, and it's just like, and so like, because like, if stability is your goal, when you have it, you're happy, but when you don't have it, you're sad, and that's like it's a fundamentally insecure sort of axiom. It's an insecure foundation. Like you have to be stable or else you're not happy. No, because life isn't stable. Life isn't like that. Like, probably at least half of your life, even if like if you're working hard, you're probably gonna have something. It's like, fuck that. Your goal has to be growth. Your goal has to just be like getting better. Like every day, looking back and just being like, am I better than I was yesterday? Like, compare yourself to yourself. And they don't get it because they're like looking at these external validation points, and it's just like, no, like, I know if I ever do have kids, I don't know how that would ever happen, but I used to be like, I won't have kids until I have like, the ability, like, enough money to support them, like that. And now I don't think that way. And now I'm just like, I'll have kids when I meet the right person. I don't care how much money I have. I don't care about any of this other stuff. Like, I'll make it work because I know that like my goal in life is growth. Like, and I don't know.
No, that actually makes all the sense. And I honestly think I feel like I've lost my way, and you kind of help me. You help me, man. Really, you do this every time, bro. This is why, like, seriously, like, you do this every fucking time. This is why, man. This is why you're the guy, bro. Like,
yeah.
So I don't know. Like, I think like, these are things I know already, but it's like having to remember, like, this is who you are, dude. Like, sometimes we need that, right?
Yeah.
Like, I know I hated the idea of golden handcuffs, bro. I hate how everything I did was anti that.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Find a girl who wants to grow with you. That's it. Like, if girls are like, I want stability, I want you to have this much money, and they want external whatever, I don't care. And it's just like, she has bad values. Don't go with, like, find a girl who sees that you want to grow and latches onto that. Like, that's the girl that you want. And also, I don't know, like, you keep on, you say stuff like you go and you go to the college and you don't like meeting girls at the college. I feel like it doesn't matter the age. It's like, it doesn't matter the age. It doesn't matter like when you find it, because they see that, like, they see what you're going for, and they'll come with you.
You know what's wild? I don't even know. I don't want to say it. When I went to college, I met this Filipino girl who was my age. And she was with a guy. She had a boyfriend. He's like, oh yeah, this is, I don't know, Steven, and he makes 200K, yada yada. He looks like a dork. The guy looks like a dork. He lives a dorky life, but he's rich. And clearly she's with him because she admires him for money.
Sure.
And all she does is talk about, like, the money she wishes she had, which is why she's in college. But she's always hanging around with me. And I'm like, I'm not giving you any money. You're with me far more than you're with this other guy. Why is that? Like every time I go to like the park, or which park you at? Like, can I go? We should work out. Like, you don't work out ever, you know. But she's like, now I want to run. I want to learn how to run. I want to be skinnier. And I'm like, don't be skinnier. Like, you look fucking fine. Like, really, you do, you know. And she got to the point where, I was still dating. I was still with my ex at this time. She would show up with me and my ex sometimes, just hang out. But like, she'd even told my ex, like, you know when a relationship's about to fail and when there's like a rebound, right? And I was like, whoa, like what the fuck? And then, like, who's come up with this conversation, whatever. Anyway, it's like you know that these are things that women like. Like for example, they admire a guy has abilities, not what he has. I tell people, like, I think people don't know what they can do until you test yourself. When you test yourself, I can do fucking anything, right? And there's so much I can't. I don't know I can't do. So you can anything. But I think many men, most men, I say, don't even do that. Like, there's no what do you call it? Real quick. There's no for example, in this country, there is no boy to man initiation. What do you call that? Like no man.
I know what you're talking about.
You know what I mean? Like, there's no like passage other than just turning 18. Every society has some form of that, and it's important because what it does is it gets you to push yourself. It's a moment where you can like go, this is what it means. Like, you have to push, do something difficult, But I think what people end up doing is later in life they do it themselves. They do it to themselves. And I think men who can do it to themselves, those are the guys. Those are the ones I'm like, I can vibe with, right?
Okay.
The ones that kind of get pushed into the college system, or they get like, have this road for them, built by other men, typically. It's like, I also don't respect these men. I really don't, But I'm like,
think for yourself. Think for yourself. Like, I'll never forget my first job. I think like I don't even think I was like aware that you can like research anything on the internet. But and like I got this job, and my boss would just like not tell me how to do things. It would just be like, figure it out. And at first, like I think like in the long run, it was kind of like a really bad use of his time and my time. But it was mostly actually mismanagement. But I tried anyway. I just kept trying. I kept like trying to figure things out. And and at some point it clicked. I was just like, oh shit! Like, I can literally learn anything on the internet. Like, it doesn't matter how complicated. Like, I can have like a PhD level knowledge if I just like sit for long enough and like read and like try and learn it. And like my confidence and just like what I can do just exploded. I was just like, whoa, fuck! I could literally do anything. I could learn anything. And it was really powerful moment, because I don't think like anyone ever like taught me how to think before that. And my boss, like, again, it was like mismanagement. I don't think he was like really like it was like half of the way he was trying to do it. He's a very smart guy, and I think he was like half of it was that, but also half of it was just like he wasn't really thinking about it, but he was just like, here, I need you to do this thing. I need you to figure it out. Like, and every time like it would always just be like something like super out of my ability, but I was just like, you figure it out. Yeah, I don't know, it was like such a powerful learning experience. And I just like and then like since then I've actually started to be like super anti like paid courseware. Like, anything that you get paid for the information, I'm always just like, because like, okay, here's the thing, like it might take you a little bit longer to learn something, but usually like literally you don't know that the information is like valid and useful unless you spend the time to actually figure that out. You can't actually like you can pay, like I've done this, like I paid for a courseware, and turns out that teaching you something that you don't actually want to know, but you paid for it, right? So you sit through it, and it's just like the extra effort to figure out if it's actually what you want to know is not something you can usually get by paying for it. You have to figure that out on your own. And so it's like you in teaching it to yourself, in like going the hard route, you also verify and validate that it is the route that you want to go. So it's like you kind of like there's so much stuff where it's like if I could pay for this information I would, but like usually it just turns out that like you kind of you can't pay for like knowing where you want to go. That's something you have to figure out. And so it's like I'm yeah like
Yeah, well, you know, Vipassana does that. If you go to the Vipassana Center, they're like, it's free.
Yeah.
Like, we're gonna teach you the way and how to like think, right? But don't pay for it. In fact, if you don't finish the full 10 days, we won't accept your donation.
Yeah.
So like by day 11, then we'll accept the donations and until whatever.
That's powerful.
And it's like, so the stuff they teach, a lot of people are like, yeah, this is mostly bullshit. But the stuff you get out of it, almost everyone is like, it was powerful as fuck. So yeah, I'm a donator because the stuff they taught, verbally is like, some of it's very, very relevant. Some of it's very, very true. Others is just like, But I think if you want, for example, like to find your people, like people that are into, dude, I'm. Holy shit, something just hit me. Anyway, I think if you're trying to find your own, like, your people, like people who think like you should go to like meditation retreat centers.
Yeah.
Not just Vipassana, but like, go to these centers. That's where I met my ex.
I don't like people who meditate. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Like I like so often.
Really?
Yeah. Okay. So like I told you before, like I like.
Do you have you meditated though?
A little bit, not really.
Okay.
But like this is the reason why though is like it's like I guess it's like, there's a lot of people who meditate who think it's faith, but there's way more who are like superficial, I guess. And like it's like the same like with the drugs. Like I feel like people who do psychedelics get it. Like but there's also a lot of like peripheral, like there's a lot of like sort of unsafety in that like sort of like crowd. So like I like Burning Man people, but also
Wait, you like Burning Man people? But you don't like meditators?
in my experience, people who meditate often are like not are usually like not as profound thinkers as people who do psychedelics. There's like a, and I don't know what that is. Like you'd think that there would be high overlap, but in my experience, no. Like usually, like meditation is like like isometrics.
Yeah.
Okay, like isometrics is like you tense your muscles, and it's like it's good for like maintaining muscle mass, but it won't help you get more muscle. It's like that. I think that's kind of what meditation is like.
Yeah,
I
agree actually.
It's like people who meditate are doing a useful exercise, but usually people who are actually like really hell bent on like growing and like figuring shit out are not like also meditating. Like
Really?
Yeah, no, they're fucking doing psychedelics.
So the people that I know who are like you are meditating and doing psychedelics. The ones that I think are not people who think at all, no offense, like my ex and many other meditators. I think you're right. I never thought of that actually. Yeah, the person who got me my DMT was at the meditation center. He's like, yeah, but you need both. And I'm like, I do think you need both. When you try it,
I mean, because I'm a writer, right? And like for me, I journal constantly. I journal all the time, and so for me, I think that is like my mindfulness exercise. I don't meditate, but I'm journaling all the time.
Yeah.
And
that's what it does for you.
Yeah, and so like and I know a lot of people who meditate, like but I like for me
meditation.
I'm not sure where the growth comes from.
Yeah.
Like, where does the growth come from? If you're meditating, like meditation, you don't have anything when you're done.
No. Meditation is just a way for you to digest things, digest everything around you.
Sure, yeah.
It's just a way for you. That's literally all it is. Like you want to learn how to digest everything around you, to the point where you're not like having to push things out to regurgitate other things. Like if you want to digest everything, meditation is the way to do that. But it's not. You're not going to get some like magical thing from it. You're really not. It's just like, how do you want to learn how to be a great reader? Don't just read nonfiction. Read fiction. Read the dictionary. Read like taxes. You know, like read all this shit.
Yeah.
But like, I think that's the difference between like a meditator and someone who journals. Journaling is a great way to digest.
For me, meditation is a last resort.
Well, no, that's cool. I mean, I'm not saying you have to. I'm just saying I'm giving you the difference. Like journaling is is a good way to digest a topic or a certain set of topics.
Yeah.
Very well. In fact, probably better than most. You know, that's a great way to digest that. If you're trying to digest every topic, you want a broader way of doing that. That's where meditation is. But then broadening something doesn't mean it's better. It just means you broaden it. Broaden a certain thing. If you concentrate a certain thing, which is again, meditation is about concentrating your ability to digest things. It can also diminish other areas, which it does. It diminishes a lot, like a lot in areas like me. I am not as like electric, like fiery as I used to be because I've learned to, and so that's the takeaway, and
I mean, but like, I really do have like this perception. Maybe it's wrong, but like I have a perception that like people who are meditators and also who like are proponents of meditation usually are rule followers. They're not original thinkers. Usually they are like they're following other people, not striking out on their own. And like the actual people who are doing original shit are not meditating. They're not, or at least like they do it as an aside, but it's not their primary thing. And I'm usually just not impressed with meditating. People who do that a lot, like
all meditation is just active doing nothing. That's really
it's I'm not impressed by it. I'm not fucking like because like I know what it means to meditate properly. Like I have a lot of self control, and it's difficult to do. But also like when you're done, all you have is like self control. You haven't added anything to yourself. You don't have a record of like you don't have like anything that you've created or done, right? You literally just like focused all of your attention on like your self control, which is good for you. Like you have slightly stronger self control, but you have to do it again to get that like muscle back in shape. And it's like it's a huge time investment.
That's great. I mean, that's a good thing you're saying that actually.
It's like in my mind, it's like it's literally isometrics. It's like you're not growing, you're just maintaining, and I'm not interested in that.
Well,
like, and also people who are interested in that, who think that is like a goal, like a valid goal, or like that is like the purpose. It's like fucking yoga versus working out. Like people like.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah.
Like if you're just doing yoga, you're not gonna build strength. You're just like yoga's insanely good for you, but it's like isometrics. It's maintenance. It's not additional. It's not growth.
I am glad you said like it helps you with self control. Because I'll tell you right now, 10 years ago, I had no self control. And if you were to meet me 10 years ago, I was a very dangerous person 10 years ago. Like I was the guy you go to if like let's say your ex, like a guy hit you. I'd go to that guy's house.
Yeah.
And do some unspeakable things, knowing that I could probably get arrested and go to prison for life, Now, it's like you take that and you concentrate it. Have you seen the movie Law Abiding Citizen? Oh my fucking god, if you haven't seen that, anyway. It's about a guy who's basically like, oh man.
Hold on, I read it still.
Holy shit, that is the movie I'm trying to explain. Okay. The power of meditation is the difference between, is like, you've seen Breaking Bad, right? I hope you've seen Breaking Bad, the show.
Yeah.
You know Gustavo Fring, Gus?
Remind me, the lawyer?
No, that's, the Gus is like the Afro-Hispanic man who's like the drug cartel, like, king. You know, there are other cartel out there, but he's like the one who owns New Mexico, right? So anyway, they showed this guy prior to his best friend's brains getting blown out, and they showed him after. And there's a shift in his mindset. He's like, he became concentrated on like, there's these cartels, and they kill his best friend right in front of him.
Yeah.
And he dies. He's like, he's helpless at that point, right?
Yeah.
But it shifted his focus, and the only thing he's focused on now is getting revenge. And it's like the coolest shit ever. Like, he doesn't react anymore. He literally, like, to deal with problems, he does like this. He just keeps his finger and he does like this. And that's how he deals with his problems now. Like, it used to be like, how do you do this? But now he just, he just does this. Yeah. And it's like, that is what meditation can do. It can, everything you concentrate it, you learn how to concentrate it.